Uh-huh. Y'all looking for me? Yeah, y'all looking for me? I don't think y'all looking for me. Cause if y'all see me, y'all in trouble. Yeah, y'all in trouble. Y'all see this? Then it's a nigga that's coming for your shit. And this ain't what you wanna see. You don't wanna see this at your door. You don't wanna see somebody, here he is. Y'all don't wanna see this at your door. You don't wanna see it. I'm telling you right now, this ain't what you want. I know a lot of people think they ain't ready. You think you're ready, but you better be ready for this at your front door, at your car, or somewhere else before you say you ready. If you ain't ready for this, you ain't ready. It's hot as hell. I'm telling you. That's the ski mask way. Nigga ransom note. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga pokes more guns than roses. Hey, look. That ain't what you want to see in these streets on today. And I want to know if that's where we at. Y'all got to tell me. We gonna talk about it today. I'm just saying. We could be there. I don't know if we there, but it's on the table. Let's talk about it. See what's up. It's getting crazy out here, man. We some weeks into this thing, and I don't see it coming out no time soon. I just don't see us coming out no time soon. I just don't. I think that we are being eased in for the long haul, and I'm thinking at least 6 months before we see some change. I don't know if people gonna go back to work, if they're gonna open up the stores. I don't know, but I'm just saying this here is looking wild, guys. It ain't looking good, and I just want everybody to be ready. I'm telling you, right? Old man Grey Wolf said, I hope you're ready for the barrel end of my 1933 Mauser if you have my front door with a mask. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all ready for that? Wait, hold on for a second. All right, there we go. Got myself together now. Hey, but look, um, this is a real show, man. This is a show that I have been talking about having, thinking about having, wondering, like, man, do I really need to do this? And yeah, I really need to do it. So here we are. This is what we talking about on tonight. I have prepared something special for you guys, and I want us to. And all I'm trying to do really tonight, I ain't trying to scare nobody and cause panic and all that kind of stuff. Do you have a Streamlabs account for donations? No, sir, I do not have a Streamlabs account. I have a PayPal and I have a Cash App. They are in the description box. Feel free to donate large quantities and large sums of currency. They are much needed and appreciated. Thank you, sir. All righty, moving right along. I just want to say this. There's a lot that's going on, and in all reality, in all fairness, in all seriousness, I don't know if we're at this point. I don't know if it's a thing of, because I believe that, this is something that's new to us. This is something that it's never happened before on this level. And like I've been telling everybody I've been talking to about this vibe of the country right now, it reminds me a lot of 9/11. It reminds me a lot. I mean, it just reminds me of 9/11 so much. And one of the things that I can take away from 9/11 and that I remember was that 9/11 happened and terrorists and Bin Laden and all that, and the conspiracy theory about this all being an inside job, all of that happened, right? And we can speculate and talk about that till the cows come home. What I do know is this. After 9/11, the country was never the same. The country that we're in today, we are, and at the state we were before COVID-19, that state of that country, of our country, was fallout from 2001. September 11th, 2001. It was a direct fallout of that. Where we at as far as flights and how we go through the airport, an entirely new branch of government, the Homeland Security, all of the Patriot Acts, and uh, um, um, all of the spy laws that were put into place. We sacrificed a lot, and we gave up a lot because we were afraid. And I believe that this is, because it's something new. It's never happened on this level before. It's really right now, like I said the other night on the broadcast, we're like at the end of the first quarter. If this was a game, this was 4 quarters, this was football, or whatever, we're like at the end of the first quarter. We still got the second quarter, halftime, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter is to go through. And right now, where we're at now is that we're kind of at the stage of saying, are we ready? Are we not ready? What we need? I don't know what we need. What's gonna happen? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Where we gonna go? What we gonna do? So because of that, I think that it puts American citizens, it puts us all on the edge of our seats, if you will, and we're all watching TV. We're watching, what Trump is saying. We're watching what Fauci is saying. We're watching what our government is saying and telling us to do because we don't know. And to some degree, the government really doesn't know. And it's not a thing of saying, and like one of the things I was having a conversation with my uncle about this a while ago, and the other day actually. And one of the things that we were talking about was saying that this is all Trump's fault. Trump could have prevented all of this. And there has never been to date a epidemic, a pandemic, virus outbreak. There was never any type of virus outbreak that has occurred that could have been prevented. Like we could have stopped this. Had everybody taken vitamin C, we could have stopped this. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Now, there's some people who gets into the conspiracy theory about this shit and say, hey, this is going on because of the government. There's some evil scientist somewhere who actually did this, and I don't know about all that. What I do know is that this is here, and that this has become something that is crippling not just our country, not just our way of life. It's crippling the world. To think that everybody else in the country and the world, this is all a part of a hoax. This is all nonsense. There are too many people dying. There are too many people that are suffering, that are suffering from this. And we don't know what's going to end up, what's going to be the after effects of this. We just don't know. And it's like people are saying that, they are, this is going to happen. It's going to be 200,000 people that's going to die. And we really don't know. There is so much that is unknown about this because this ain't never happened before. And you have to keep that in perspective. And with that being said, it's like, do you know what's going to happen with the government? Are we going to be able to go back to a normal way of life? Are businesses going to be able to open back up? Because there's so many people that want businesses to open back up, but we open them up to what? To infect more people? Are we going to open up business to get our economy back on track at the expense of infecting more people dying, more people being in the hospital, but everybody's still going out and about? Do we do that? And it's like, if we do that, then what's going to happen? Are we prolonging the inevitable? So is it a thing to where we trying to cut this thing off and trying to say, hey, we can do this now and this can help save lives? I think so. But is there a best way to do it? I don't know. Because there are people at risk regardless. There are people that are going to get this regardless. We cannot stop the spread of this. Only thing we can do is stop the value. It's gonna go around. We just want to try to minimize as many people getting it as we possibly can, because there's no shot for it now. There's no way to really treat it right now. All people are trying to do is trying to wait it out. They're trying to ride it out. That's why people got to go and be quarantined for 14 days. So it's like, with that being said, it's like, what does happen? How long is our economy going to suffer? How long is our economy going to shut down? My wife just told me today, the restaurant Logan's, just said closed indefinitely. 260 some odd stores. We ain't opening back up. You got 10 million people in unemployment. What's going to happen 3 weeks from now? Yeah, I can see us still pretty much doing the same thing. But what about 3 months from now? What about 6 months from now? If we're still on this same path, if we haven't hit that plateau, and or did they say the top of the curve yet? If we ain't got there yet. So what is that gonna look like if our first responders are sick, our medical staff is sick? When those people and people are saying, like those people are in tough situations now. Shout out to all of the first responders, and shout out to all of the our medical personnel, all the nurses that are in like direct contact with this shit. Doctors too, but more so the nurses. The nurses, the orderlies, all of them, they are the ones that are really on the front lines in the trenches dealing with this shit. They're the ones that are really gonna get it that we really don't want to get it. People are looking out, yeah, the doctor's gonna get it and doctors gotta get, yeah, I feel you, but the nurses are at more risk. The phlebotomists, the people that come by and check your vitals, those people are coming into contact more and more with these patients than the doctors are. Doctors really just go around and make sure that ain't nobody fucking up. The nurses are really the lifeblood of a hospital. They are the ones that keep shit going, that keep doctors on point, that keep doctors on the right track, keep their patients in they're the ones that are doing all of the day-to-day care. Doctors just going in, looking at vitals, looking at numbers, making sure ain't shit getting out of whack. And if something does go out of whack, they know what to do. But when you think about just what people are being exposed to now, and we ain't even got it really, it's just now getting cracking, then it's something to really consider. It's something to really look at. And I think that with that being said, what does happen if society does begin to crumble? Because right now, society's under arrest. Like it or not, believe it or not, our economy is our lifeblood. I'm telling you, it is. And the fact that our economy is stopped, yeah, that's okay for right now. But how long can this go on? If the government is going to keep subsidizing everybody and keep, pretty much giving us money, okay, how long does that go on for? How long can the government sustain us in this economy where nothing's really like working? We basically are down to essential services. Plain and simple. And I also want to give a shout out to all of the IT professionals that are out there, because everybody knows that's in IT, it is a thankless job. And everybody knows that IT, everybody that's managing a server, hooking up a computer, taking a service call, whatever the case may be, we are the ones that's keeping all this shit going for y'all. So everybody talk about the first responders, everybody talk about the medical staff. God damn it, give a shout out to IT staff. Because IT at every company, if IT decided to go the fuck home, everybody's short. No, everything that we're doing right now, every essential service that we have right now is supported by IT. Tell me where I'm lying. Ventilator goes down, who you calling? IT. Computer not booting up in a hospital room, who you calling? IT. Doctor can't sign on to a PC, who he calling? IT. Police officer can't get onto his MCT, who's he calling? IT. I'm just saying. That's just the reality of it. It's like IT is keeping this shit running. Y'all say what y'all want. I'm shouting out all my people. We the ones that's keeping this shit going for y'all. Everybody that's at home using Zoom is somebody running that shit. It's somebody making sure that shit don't go down. Everybody that's on Xbox Live, shout out to all my Xbox Livers, everybody out there playing that Call of Duty. Everybody that's out here, what are they doing? They logging into something. You're on a computer, or a computer is supporting what you're doing. You working from home, IT is the one still going in. That's just the reality of this whole thing. So shout out to everybody that's in IT. Shout out to the server admins. Shout out to the hardware guys. Shout out to the people that's managing the Amazon web servers. Y'all let that shit go down and see what happens. So it's like there is, all right, niggas playing NBA 2K20. Yes, we keeping this shit together. Imagine this with everybody that's been in quarantine. Imagine this for 1 second. Imagine if there was no internet. Think about that. Think about if internet went down for not an hour, for a week. Just think about that. Take the internet out your life for 1 week. What you gonna do? You can't go nowhere, can't go outside, ain't no internet, no connectivity. Just imagine that. Imagine if a tower went down in your neighborhood. Wi-Fi is out. Comcast done turned off the internet. That's more essential than what you think. Believe it or not, there is still protocol in place for emergency services to operate without the internet. 911 can operate without the internet. It'll be difficult than a motherfucker, but they can still do it. That's why them radios is still on. Trust and believe. Them citywides, you need them. We need them. So just think about that. There is a level of support that is essential to our way of life. The internet is serious. So with that being said, I just wanted to look at where we're at, what we have right now, and my fear is this. If any of that stuff starts to go away, we in trouble. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I need some lotion on my hands. If any of that goes away, we in trouble. Internet's up, we still good. People can still go to the store and get food. Hey, it's all right. Goods and services that are essential, you can get gas, that's still good. We okay. We can get medicine, it's all right. We got to keep that shit going. But let's just say, for instance, if there's a pocket or a neighborhood that don't. Look at the people who are at the gas companies, the electric companies. Shout out to all of them. They keep this shit going. My lights that are on. It's a motherfucker that got to keep going into work to keep this shit going. There are just some things that you can't get around where you got to have people in there to take care of stuff. And we need to actually shout them people out and appreciate them people. I'm telling you. You driving down the street, you see a Spectrum truck or a Comcast truck. Thank you. You see a utility truck, a Commonwealth Edison, or People's Gas, People's Energy, whatever it is. Thank you. That goes a long way. You know how we see, what do we do when we see veterans? I know what I do. When I see veterans, I see an old cat with a veteran hat on or something like that, or I see their naval stuff on, I always say, hey, man, thank you for your service. Whether he was a goddamn cook or whether he was a 5-star general, I don't know. The fact of the matter is he made a sacrifice to put his ass on the line for us to keep living the way we living. Yes, thank you for calling out the truckers. These truckers out here driving all this shit around, let me tell you something. If the trucks and the trains stop, we fucked. We are fucked. Trucks and trains, we fucked. Do y'all realize? Y'all don't realize how much stuff comes through trucks and trains. Them trucks and trains, if you can ground all of the planes, goddammit, ground the planes. Yep, Amazon can't deliver in 24 hours. That's fine. Fuck it. I don't care about that. Let them trucks and trains stop. We in trouble. We in trouble. Shout out to Chicago. Do y'all know that Chicago is like the train hub? Damn near every train go through the Shire. Yes. They done took the motherfucking chains off these truck drivers. Said, fuck all that time shit, man. What is it? How long do truck drivers get to drive? Is it 10 hours or 12 hours so y'all gotta sleep? Y'all gotta document that shit. They like, man, fuck this. We in trouble. Y'all niggas drive until y'all feel it's good. Until y'all feel y'all can't. Shit. I'm telling you. Shout out to them truck drivers. All my brothers is driving them trucks. I love y'all. Be safe. Get your rest. But as my man Eddie Kendrick said, keep on trucking, baby. Yeah. Keep on trucking, baby. Yeah. Keep on trucking. I love y'all. Need y'all. Yes. I'm telling you, everything, man, on all them trains, man, if you look, I know in the city, it ain't nothing but train tracks in Chicago. Nothing but train yards in Chicago. All that shit is coming and going through there. Real talk. So, one of the things that I wanted to do on tonight, aside from sip this good drink, boy, let me tell y'all something. That's a good drink there. Yes. One of the things I wanted to do tonight, I literally just thought, I thought to myself for a minute, and I said, I wanted to come up with just a tactical prepared plan, literally going from the curb to the interior of your house. Just some things that I looked at just to be safe, secured, and prepared for the worst, right? I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you, yes, civil unrest is coming. I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you the shit done hit the fan, get your bug out bags together, get ready to go. I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you that. I'm not gonna tell you, yeah, the city is going, your society is gonna collapse in the next 90 days. People gonna be running the streets. I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm not one of those people. However, I am one of those people that's gonna tell you, it is your job, it's your responsibility, it's your duty to be prepared for whatever life brings you. And when it comes to being in a situation to where if there is some type of safety issue at your house, you ready for it. Because right now, people not working, people having a restricted income or no income at all, people commit crimes. Crimes do get committed. Crime will go up. Say, can I borrow one of your guns? Right. Read you funny. Can I borrow one of your guns? Like a cup of sugar? Right. But with things like that happening, when there ain't no work, when there ain't no jobs, can't go nowhere, you need access to stuff, money and food and all that kind of stuff. When you can't get that, people commit crimes. People tend to do drugs more. People get high. People do all this kind of shit. And with that being said, because that happens, there is an uptick in crime. Crime will increase. So what happens when crime increases and you ain't ready? You become a victim. It's that simple. It is that simple. And with us having this quarantine, they want you to stay in the house, and you should. You should. It's not a thing. And there are people that are saying, oh, well, I just go to the store when I need to, and pretty much, no. You should only go to the store when you have to. Go to the store, get the stuff that you need so that you don't have to go every other day. Like, I'll go to the store now because I try to avoid the weekend. So, like, now, I don't do no weekend shopping. I'm not going out there. I'm not doing it. I go, if I got to go to the store, I'm going to go on a Wednesday evening, or I'm going to go early Wednesday morning or some shit like that. I just, hey, I can't come in. I got to come in a little late today if I got to go do something like that because it's less people out. Less people will minimize my chances of being exposed. So it's like now, just like this week, this is the first of the month. I didn't know this either. I heard it, but I completely forgot about it. My wife reminded me about this. They doubled everybody's aid check. So everybody that's on Social Security, everybody that's on aid, on welfare, they got double checks this week. They got their check on the first, and then they got another check on the third. Double for their trouble. So can you imagine how many people was at the store this weekend? I'm so glad I wasn't out there. I'd have been mad than a motherfucker. Every hood, every ghetto is out in the store spending their link, or they trying to sell it. So that means motherfuckers is shopping. Either way. So it's like, with that being said, I don't want to be out there with some motherfucking ghetto motherfuckers who think they can't get this shit, walking around with a motherfucking not an N95 mask on. They just got a mask on and they coughing and shit, talking and shit. I don't want to deal with that. So I don't do my shopping on the weekends because I know that's when these hood motherfuckers gonna be out there. That's my thing. So it's like, I want to make sure that I'm minimizing, and that's what you should do, minimize your interactions with the public. If you can't do it from inside your car, you don't need to be out there doing it. Go get you, if you ain't got no plastic gloves, get you some work gloves. Get you some winter gloves or something. When you go out hitting the gas pump, when you're punching in your debit card number, whatever the case may be, have something on and take that shit off and leave it in your garage or leave it in your laundry area. Put that shit in the laundry in your washing machine. Wash that shit and dry that shit, and then you good. So with that being said, I came up with a list of what I call 12, my list of 12 commandments, my 12 COVID commandments to be ready if worse things come to worse and if the shit does hit the fan. Not saying that it will, but I just want to be ready. That's all I'm saying. I would hate to be in a situation where shit goes left and I'm sitting there with the I ate ass face. Like, just give them the shit, baby. Just let them have it. No, they're not doubling the stimulus checks. They doubled the welfare checks. First, the first, everybody get paid. Everybody that's on aid and on welfare, they get their money on the first. They got double for their trouble this month. I don't know if they're gonna do it every month, but they got extra. Are they doing it for unemployment too? I didn't know that either. But I just know that they did get double aid checks. So yeah, if you was getting $800 a month for food stamps, you got 16. You got that 16 fever. Yep. So that's all. But let's go ahead and let's look at this. Let me see. Oh, wait, I gotta bring it up, don't I? Because I can look at it, but I want us to look at it. So let me see if I did this right. It should just pop right up and be all good. Let's see. Yes. See, that's what I was doing, y'all. When it took me, I was late, of course, but when it took me that extra time to get ready, this is what I was doing. I was just going to read these off, but I figured somebody who's on the replay, maybe they want to see it and just to have an idea. Now, I'm not telling you, for all you motherfucking hardcore preppers that's on here, that's watching this, I'm not saying this is what you got to have. I'm just telling you, this is what I thought about this afternoon as far as just going from the curb of my house into the very inside, everything that I would need and everything that I should have and be prepared for. This is all I came up with. So this ain't the Bible. This is just my view on what I think. All right. And I just called it civil unrest preparedness. Did I spell that right? I think I did. But whatever. Here we go. First things first, coming from the curb inside, is get stocked up on all needed groceries, non-perishable items, first aid kits, and cleaning products. Now, what that means is not to go out and buy $4,000 worth of shit. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is getting enough essential food. Essential food. You ain't got to go out and get all of the shit, your bonbons and your ice cream sandwiches and all that. That's not essential. I'm talking about things that you need to sustain your body. Right? I'm talking about things like, you say us preppers will let you know if you missed anything. I know y'all will, Barbara. I know. I know y'all on. All y'all got y'all red pens out. Like, let me see if I can write this down. Wait, I'm going to put this up on the TV so I can see this whole screen and see if his black ass is fucked up anywhere. Because I'm going to tell him. So go ahead. I'm giving you time now to look at it. And if anybody got any questions about this, we can talk about it. Just let me go through it first. So when I'm talking about essential foods, I'm talking about things like Um, like it sounds crazy, but things where you ain't breaking the bank, like noodles, like rice and beans. And I can't remember. There's something. It's something about this shows that I'm not a prepper, but I do know a thing or two about a thing or two. There's something about rice and beans to where it's like they're both incomplete for sustenance until you put them together. It's some shit like I don't know if they call it a protein and it's like a half a protein or some shit like that. But what it does is when they're put together, it gives you that substance that you need to where your body can take that and be good off of it. It gives you enough protein to sustain yourself. It fills you up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's something to where rice and beans, when you put them together, they make a complete meal that you need so that you can go and do what you need to do. Rice and beans are very cheap. The only thing you need with them is water. Now you can be fancy and you can get some chicken stock and all that kind of stuff, and you can get some spices and some seasoning and cook them up and make them good. But as far as just living, being able to sustain your body as food, to give you some food to where your body can use it, get the nutrients from it, and burn to give you energy, that's what that does. So rice and beans is very cheap. You can buy a 2 weeks worth or a month's worth. You could probably buy a month's worth of rice and beans, for you and a family of 5 for maybe $50, $100 at very least. I mean at the most. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you look at something like that, that's something that you want to have. Those top ramen noodles, yes, they full of fucking salt and all that kind of shit, but it's still something that can sustain you, and it's very cheap. So I'm not trying to tell people to go out and buy $80 worth of steak and $400 worth of prime rib. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying those essential things that you can use to be able to keep uh yourself sustained, where you can have water. Don't count on the water to be on. Exactly. And everybody said in my last video I talked about, if the water ain't on, what you do? What are your 2 sources of water if your water gets turned off? I see if somebody remember from when I said it last time. If your water gets turned off, you still have at least 2 sources of water in your house. What are those 2 sources? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. All right. So, no, not River Lake. Thank you, John from New York. Thank you. Bottled water, of course, but if you don't have bottled water, you can hit your hot water tank and your toilet, the basin of your toilet. And most people have more than one bathroom, so you got those basins of your toilet and your hot water heater. Those are 2 sources of fresh water that you have in your house at all times. All right. So always remember that. Yep. And if you know the water's gonna get cut off, you are right, John. If you know your water's gonna get cut off, you fill your tub. You fill your tub up first. They tell you the water's gonna be cut off in 1 hour. Don't get a bunch of little bottles and start filling the bottles up from the faucet. No, you fill your tubs up first, and then you take the water out of your tub. That's what you do, and put them in bottles and containers if you can. That's how you do that. All right. If you don't have no bottled water. So, but yeah, all your non-perishable items, your beans, your rices, your noodles, and all that kind of stuff. You want to have those. Also, your first aid kits. If you don't have a first aid kit, you need your ass beat. But if you don't have one, you still need to go out and get yourself one. Go to Walmart, go to Amazon and order one. It might take you 6 months or about 3 weeks before you get it. I think that might be one of those essential things they'll deliver faster on their normal times. But either way, get one of those. Yes, pasta is good too. But get you a first aid kit. First aid kit ain't just band-aids and triple antibiotic. It's not just that. You gotta have some gauze. You gotta have gauze pads. You gotta have the ACE bandage wraps. You need to have tourniquets. If you have, you need to have quick clot. And also, I learned this from my homeboy. My boy Josh told me this. He's an army medic. If you ain't got no woman that's still have a cycle, then you still need to get yourself tampons. If you got a first aid kit, if you get an IFAC or something like that, get yourself a couple of tampons and put those in there. You put those tampons in there. Why? Because tampons plug bullet holes. I didn't know that. My man educated me. He said, yup. He said, if you don't have no quick clot, get a tampon. Put you some tampons in your IFAC. Put you some tampons in your first aid kit. I was like, damn. He said, yeah. He said, what do? You insert it in there, pull that joke out, boop, the little applicator, put it in there, pull it out, boom, you got your whatchamacallit in there. So if you have a first aid kit, put you a couple, 2 or 3, or 4 if you can fit, put tampons in there. Tampons will help plug bullet holes. Yep. All right. Good tip. I just learned that maybe about a month ago. Didn't know that. People will go out and get quick clot and all that kind of stuff. That's great. But if you don't have that, bam, tampons. All right. Also, you want to make sure that your first aid kit has aspirin, ibuprofen, some type of meds like that. You also want to make sure it has what's the red shit called? Goddamn, iodine. You want to make sure it has iodine packs. If it don't have it, get you one and build it. Get you order all the different stuff you need. If you can't find a kit that has it all, and order it and put that in there. But you want to make sure you have aspirin. You want to make sure you have your Tylenols or whatever, your Advil, all that kind of shit. You want to have some of those in there. All right, especially for those of you that have children. You got a kid and shit is fucked up out in the world. Kid gets a fever, well, you need to stop the fever, to ease the fever. You need aspirin. So you want to make sure that you have those type of things. If you can go out to the store and get you some children's Tylenol, get you some children's Motrin, something like that, have that in your first aid kit. Have that in your first aid kit. Yep, baby wipes too. You also want to make sure that you have gloves in your first aid kit. Okay? Gloves in your first aid kit. Absolutely want to make sure you have those in there. At least a few pair. And being smart, what you should have is a first aid bag that you can put all this stuff in there in one spot. So if you do gotta go, you do gotta hit the streets, you gotta hop in the vehicle, get in the whip, and go to a rally point or a rendezvous point, all you gotta do is grab a bag. You got your alcohol, peroxide, all that stuff in there. Get you a first aid kit bag, not one of them little bitty things. Yep, you can put masks, goggles, all that kind of stuff in there. Okay, cool. You can go to YouTube and YouTube this shit. See what people are putting in their first aid kits, and get one of those ready. First aid bag. All right. Next, cleaning products. Cleaning products. If you can, now a lot of people will get your Comet, you get your bleach, you get all your cleansers and all that kind of stuff. If one of the biggest things that you should definitely make sure that you have as far as cleaning products is distilled vinegar. Distilled vinegar and water is a cleaner. It's a disinfectant. All of that good shit. It's a poor man's way. You can get a gallon bottle of distilled white vinegar for less than $2 or just about $2. Telling you, all right? Make sure everybody should have some distilled white vinegar in their house. It is a cleaning product. And it tastes good on some salad with some olive oil and a little salt and pepper. Get your little bit of garlic salt on there. Get your cucumbers and your lettuce and your onions stirred on up in there. It's good for that too. We'll put your little cap full on some greens. You ever did that, huh? Little cap full of that on some white vinegar on them greens. Woo, that and be good. Little pasta salad or something. I got some pasta salad in there right now. I put a little pasta salad on there. You get that on that little vinegar on there. Give you that little. Tastes good, Jack. Yeah. It's also a food preserver. Did not know that. See? That's what I'm talking about. Barbara, I didn't know that. It's a food preserver as well. Boom. All right. So there we go. So that's one. Number 2. Going from the curb, because this stuff you bring to the house. Now, going from the curb, working your way in, where you going to stop? Either in front of your house, and if you don't have a garage, you'll be in front of your house still. But if you got a garage, now you're in the garage. What is in your garage? What's the most important thing in your garage? You can use it for pickling and all that kind of stuff too. Pickling vinegar. Yeah, buddy. You also have your vehicle. With your car, it's basically simple. Keep your vehicle at least 2/3 of a tank full. Me, I would say I try to keep it full. Don't let it get down 3/4. But 2/3 of a tank, you can go. Most vehicles with 2/3 of a tank of gas, you can go at least 200 miles. So that's enough to find more gas and to get to where you're going. So you can get more gas, and you get more gas, you can get to where you're going. But don't let your car get down to a quarter tank and you got to go driving somewhere. Don't let your car get down to an eighth of a tank or the light on, and you talking about, oh, I still got this. I can still go somewhere and get this and get. No, don't do that. Yes, I like that too. Make sure your tire pressure and your spare is good. Actually, I need to put that on there. Yep. Check your vehicle. Make sure that everything is working. Get your vehicle checked. Pay. It's something I want to say. If you go to a dealership, they'll charge you about maybe anywhere between 70, no more than $100 to just give your car a once over. That means they check everything from bumper to bumper. They check your brakes, check your fluids, check your lines, check all of that stuff, put it on the machine, let the machine tell you what's wrong with it, to where you should at least have a list of what's wrong with your car. And there's still time to get stuff fixed. Right. He said the caddy is always full of gas and have 10 gallons to spare. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. But you always want to make sure that you have that. All right. So make sure that you get your car, you got gas in it. Also, with your car, you should have a bag with your non-perishable food items, or a little small banker's box or something that just got some food in there, some beans, some rice or something, some little snack bars or something quick like that you can have if you do are in your car and some shit go left and you got to go somewhere and you can't make it home. You have at least something. Okay. You have at least something. So always make sure that, and everybody should have a first aid kit in their car. If you don't have a first aid kit in your car, I'm telling you, you ain't gotta have no first aid bag, but you should have a small first aid kit in your car regardless. So everybody should have that. Also, some water, little small thing of water, or you can have one of the big cases of water in there. So you have that in your trunk. Now they do say that it is bad for you to have water in hot climate areas because the heat from the sun and being in your trunk, that makes your water bottles expand and contract because the temperature is changing, which releases them what do they call them, parabens or PBHs or whatever, and that shit that causes cancer and it taints the water. Have heard that. So be very careful of that. Very careful about that. So I used to keep water in my car, but I don't now. I just don't because of that, because it would be in there for quite some time. What I will do in the summertime, though, I will put my bottles of water in a cooler and put it in my truck, because I got a truck, I got more space. So I will put I got a little small cooler, a little small igloo, and I will put, about me, I can get maybe about 12 bottles of water in there, and I just put a bag of ice on it. And that cooler holds for like, I think it's 24 hours or something like that. And I'll pour the water off, get a dollar bag of ice, put a little more ice on it just to make sure I have it so that those bottles of water aren't doing that expanding and contracting thing. So can't have bottles in the car in Texas, right? So that's why I say I put it in the cooler. Because even in Chicago, it would get hot like that, and those bottles expanding and contraction releases all them toxins or whatever in the water, and it fucks up the water. So either that or get you one of those igloo joints. Not igloo. What's the big company that makes the Yetis? Get you one of them Yeti joints, and the Yetis let you put water in there. You can get one of them big ones that's like 32 ounces or something like that, and have that in there too. All right. So also you want some clothing to be prepared for climate changes, cold, rain, snow, etc. So make sure you have like a blanket, something you need. Everybody should have a blanket in case you ever got to get up under your car, but you should have something that gets up that can keep you warm. If you want a jacket or something like that, I keep a jacket. I keep actually 2 jackets in my car and a blanket. I always have had that. So in case, because we always getting cold. My wife get cold. We go to the movies and stuff like that. So I have something in the car in case we forget to bring that. So that's one of the things that I always make sure that I keep. Now, next, Prepare your outside area by cutting back shrubs and bushes to make sure perimeter is well lit and visible from windows. Add motion lights where needed, even if they are battery powered LEDs. So when you're talking about the outside of your home, you want to first and foremost make sure that your bushes and stuff are trimmed back. So that means when you look out your window, you ain't just looking at bushes. When you look out your window, it ain't no big tree that you ain't trimmed in 4 summers, and now it's blocking all your windows. You can't see nothing. If you ever need to look out of a window and it's being blocked, you need to trim that shrubbery back, cut those bushes down, trim those hedges down, whatever the case may be. So you want to make sure that that stuff is trimmed so that you can see out of there, so you have a clear line of sight. The next thing is you want to make sure it is well lit. Get you some of those, even if you got to get the cheap, with like they got like $8.99, $12.99 floodlights you can put on every corner of your house with the little motion detector. And you can have them lights when they come on, boom, there you go. If you can't afford to have it wired correctly, get you battery operated LEDs. LEDs use a very low amount of energy, and those batteries will last for some time, especially if they're on a motion detector. But if you can afford it, you should have some type of motion sensing lights that you can turn on and off. Even if you get wireless ones or you get them hooked up through your phone, I don't care. You should be able to light up your space if you need to. You should be able to light up your space if you need somebody in your backyard. You should be able to hit a switch, turn on some lights, see what the fuck going on back there. When you hit them lights, your yard is lit up. What that does for you, besides allowing you to see, it is also a theft deterrent. It is a theft deterrent. When people see your house is well lit, they tend to not want to come inside or to try to break in because they know they can be seen. Damn, he said water powered lights from Amazon. Jason, you got to send me that link. I ain't never heard of that, pimp. But if they don't have the battery power ones, get the solar power ones. Get the solar power ones. Even if you got the little torch lights that you set on your walkway to light up your walkway when you walk up that are solar powered, buy you some of those. You can find them on sale, especially during the off season. Find them on sale and light up your place. Light up your place. If your garage is at the back of your house, you got your family members, your wife, your sons, your daughters coming in and out of garages. People will get carjacked coming in and out of that garage. That is a place where people will wait. If you have an alley, they will wait in the alley, wait till you hit that garage door to come in or to go out, and will meet you with that iron. So keep those places well lit so that those people, when they do see you pulling in, they see them lights come on. They're like, oh shit, it's too damn bright back here. Everybody see everything. That also helps if you got to go out. You got to shoulder up that rifle. You got to grab that handgun. You got to go outside. You need to be able to go outside and be confident that you can see what's happening out there so you can either know who to shoot and know who not to shoot. There was a story I read maybe about 2-3 years ago. A father shot his son coming in the house. He was coming in from outside, and he thought he was a burglar, and his father shot him and killed him because he couldn't see who he was. He thought he was a bad guy. Happens. So it's like keep yourself, keep your area well lit. Yes, I will. I will do that, sir. Let's see. So you cut back your shrubs and bushes. Make sure your perimeter is well lit and visible from windows. Add motion lights where needed, even if they're battery powered LEDs. Number 4, get a camera system in place like the Costco DVR systems, or one of the things that I've been researching is the Blink camera system. I've been seeing a lot of people swear by those Blink systems, those Ring doorbells, all of those camera systems. And also I put in there set up by Geek Squad or an AV specialist if you are not tech savvy enough to do it. If you ain't tech savvy, stay in your lane, pay somebody to do it so it's done right. Don't go get your local jackleg neighbor who think they know about computers. Get you somebody who know what the fuck they doing, not somebody who everybody tell you they work on computers. I fix computers. Yeah. If them motherfuckers ain't got no job doing it, if they don't know that shit and can't prove to you that they know what they doing, get your shit set up the right way and pay a professional to do it. I can't tell you when I was a Geek Squad agent how many times I had to go back and redo somebody's nephew fuck up, redo somebody's son who fucked up, do somebody's my granddaughter came up and tried to set it up and it ain't working. I can't tell you how many times I've had to go back and redo somebody's stuff because they didn't know what they were doing. So you don't have to break and that's what I put in parentheses. If you're not tech savvy enough, you don't have to break the bank here, but get the best quality that you can afford and don't skimp. So if you find one that's $89 and they got one that's $129, go ahead and go for the $129. You find you a DVR system that's $349, they got another one that got some extra features or it's HD and it's $450, spend the extra $100 and get the $450. Because at the end of the day, what's on the line here is not necessarily your budget, but it's your ass or somebody you love's ass is on the line. When you go to look at that DVR, if some shit going down, you want to be able to see, don't you? You want to be able to see the person, not looking at some grainy ass image saying, I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that could be. If you can get HD, get HD. Matter of fact, you should get HD. You should not have a camera system in place that is not HD. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And the one of the things I like about the Blink thing is that they say you get good battery life with it, and it works on battery, so you can put those cameras up anywhere. Don't have to use no wires. Right now, where I stay, I'm renting. I can't run no lines. I can't do it. So if I can get wireless, I'm considering getting this wireless set up so I can have something that's wireless here. So consider that. Keep that in your mind. Don't get nothing that ain't HD. You can see a good one on sale at Amazon. If it ain't HD, you don't need to get it. If you can get one of those Ring doorbells, get you one for the front and back doors. Or if you got 3 doors on your house, get one for all your doors. Why? Because you can log into your Ring doorbells and just see it whenever. It don't just work when somebody ringing your doorbell. It got motion sensing on it. You can log into it and see live. You can just answer it whenever you want to and look right into it to see what that camera is seeing. That camera has a very wide range. It works very well, and it saves what also has your battery you can change. See, and also it has alerts. It has motion sensing in it, so you can see when somebody walks by. Somebody said, "Good question. Hey, what about cameras in your car?" Is that the question? Let me go back and see. I can't see it. You got a question? Save it for the end if you can. Will they still work without power? I don't know what you're talking about. So save your questions for the end if you can. I'll answer those, and I'll try to catch the ones I can. But if you can get something like I said, a Ring camera, it's like maybe $40 a year or some shit like that. But it's well worth it because it not only records stuff, but it saves stuff as well. So you can go back and look. You can email. You can say, hey, who this nigga here that came to the house on Tuesday? You can go back and you can look. When you see those people getting caught on TV that's delivering packages and pissing on people's front doors and rubbing spit on boxes and on Amazon and UPS and all that shit, Ring cameras are catching those people. You can also use that camera to answer the door. You got a nigga banging at the door with the mask on. You ain't even got to be at the door and be like, hey man, what you want? You can be gone. You can be at work. Your wife could be at home and you could be answering that door with your voice, which is a deterrent as well. So think about that. Next, make sure that all windows and doors are functioning and can be locked properly. If not, board up or nail shut now if they cannot be repaired at the moment. So your doors and your windows in your house, because we got some hood motherfuckers that watch this shit. If that shit don't work right, which means if you can't lock it, lift and it don't open, or if you got a door that don't lock right, you got to prop something up against it, you got to put a wedge or something in the door, get it fixed, first of all. If you cannot get it fixed, it would be better to nail the motherfucker shut so can't nobody open it from the outside than it would be to just leave it the way that it is. Until you are able to get it fixed, nail it shut if you need to. Because you don't want a motherfucker coming back. Because people are testing doors and people are testing windows whenever they can. These motherfuckers will get bold. And they will come up and hit your window and you don't even know it. They'll come up and check your doorknob and see if it's left open. I thank God that my wife got OCD because she go and check every motherfucking door and lock every night. I ain't gotta worry about it. Set my watch to her. At 8:30, she closing shit up and locking shit up. I love her for it. Because even though I stay ready, shit, I still want to I need time. Shit. So keep that in mind, which leads me to my next point. Dogs. Not cats. Dogs are great early warning devices. They work 24/7, and if they are a working or protection breed, they can be a great security enhancement if well trained, which means you can sick a dog on a nigga's ass. I bet you if you got a motherfucker coming in your door, breaking in your car, or cracking a window or some shit like that, or kicking in the front door, waving the fofo, it's good to be able to send your dog after that motherfucker and say, "Get him, Dottie," and let that dog buy you some time to get in position, to get your gun, whatever you need to do, shoulder up your rifle. You need that. Dogs have superior hearing and smell. They can smell when a fuck nigga getting close. They can hear when a fuck nigga getting close, and they will bark. When you hear your dog, you see them ears perk up. Send that dog. I used to, man, our dogs that we had at my daddy's house, boy, our dogs, we be like, go. First thing we do, that dog get up and, like, go get him. Cane Corsos on the way, at the door, ready. By the time we got there, them Corsos will be ready at that door, ready to test some shit up. Come on up in here if you want to. You got to tangle with 2 Cane Corsos, goddamn it, before you get anywhere. So keep that in mind. You got them Corsos on deck or pit bulls, whatever the case may be, send them. You ain't expecting nobody, send them to the door. Go get him. Go get him. My dogs love to do that. Rest in peace to my dog Prime. I love that dog. But anytime that motherfuckers hear that door, boy, you be go get him. They were trained to do that. So when they hear somebody at the door, motherfucker knocking, ringing the doorbell, they automatically knew I'm there. I'm at him. So think about that. Even if you got one of them little foofy dogs, that's what my wife calls them, the foofy dogs. If you got one of them, at least they'll bark and let you know, I can't do shit, but I'm at least letting you know somebody outside. Arf, arf, arf. Bark, 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 bark. That's what they'll at least do. Give your heads up. Next, test all smoke. You see how now we working inside the house now? We getting inside. Test all smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Now, shout out to my brother Tommy, who always talk about these motherfuckers who just let they shit beep, beep, beep. Because you're spending so much more time at home, especially in these days, you want to make sure that your smoke detectors got fresh batteries. You want to make sure that your carbon monoxide detectors got fresh batteries in it. Because the more likely you're at home, the more likely you are to fall asleep with a lit cigarette. The more likely you are to leave something on the stove cooking. The more likely you are to not turn something off and something get to burn or catch on fire. You might be smoking your weed. You might fall asleep and the ash from your weed might fall onto something and set the house on fire. You wake up, sweet baby Jesus, there's a fire. You want to be able to get up out of there because ain't nobody got time for that to be burning up because you got bronchitis. Okay? So think about that. Make sure your batteries are changed. If you ain't changed the battery, go push the little button. Get your ass up on the ladder. Don't be sitting there talking about, I'm waiting on the ladder. I got to get a ladder. I've been trying to remember. Get your ass up tonight, after you watch this video. Get your ass up. After you click the like, after you click the subscribe button, go get your ass up and go check your smoke detectors. Walk around the house. Take you 10 minutes. If that. Beep, 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 beep. If it beeps, you good. Beep, beep, beep. If it's already beeping, beep. Take your ass to the Walmart. Take your ass to the Walgreens. Get you some batteries. 9 volts. Replace the motherfuckers. Have you some extras. If you got 4 smoke detectors, don't go buy 4 batteries. Buy 6. Buy 8. So when they do go out, you already got one that's still there. A battery will sit up in storage for 5 years now. You ain't got no excuse. Yes, Falcon, thank you for that. Check your fire extinguisher. If your fire extinguisher is out of date, buy a new one. Still keep the old one, but buy a new one. If it goes out of that warranty date, get yourself another one. Worst thing you want to have to do is have a fire, go to the fire extinguisher, push that button, and no shit come out, but some dust. There ain't no extinguishing going. Okay? So make sure that you have that as well. That's 2 things I need to add to this damn thing. All right. Also, make sure your flashlights and radios that are battery powered or solar powered are tested and working properly. A lot of times we'll have equipment that's not tested. A lot of times we'll have equipment that we haven't checked, and then when we need it, it's fucked up. I had to buy some of those little torch lights, those little lantern lights, because the ones that we had didn't. The one we had, it didn't work. So I went and I looked, checked it out, and said, "Yep, I'm gonna buy some batteries to go with it." Even though they came with batteries, I wanted to have batteries just in case. So make sure you have that. Make sure you have those in place. So when the shit do go dark, you should have one by your bed, you should have one in your kitchen, and you should have one by your circuit breaker. People don't realize that. You should have one in those 3 places: your bedroom, by your in your kitchen, and by your circuit breaker. A lot of times your circuit breaker might get tripped and you be looking for a flashlight. If you know that there's one there, all I gotta do is make it to my circuit breaker because I know I got a flashlight hanging right there. Get you a little hook, get you one of them little 3M hooks, and put you one right next to your circuit breaker and make sure it's hanging right there. Now, great question there, Trucker C. If you can afford a generator, get one. Ain't no question about that. If you can afford to have a generator, get one. If you can afford a whole house generator, you can spend you $5 to $8 and get you one of them put in, do it. If you can afford one of the little small ones that you gotta do it. You can afford a generator, get you a generator. Definitely. Let's see what's next. Weapons check. Now this is where it gets good. Yeah, buddy. I know everybody's been waiting on this part. Waiting on the good part, baby. Weapons check. Weapons check. Weapons check. Now, with a weapons check, this is what I mean by that. Making sure that your arsenal is ready. Making sure that your arsenal is ready to get it cracking. Ready to do your thing. Ready to shoot, ready to be ready just to do whatever. Hold on for 1 second. I want to make sure that I got this. Oh, I don't have it. That's why. Yeah. But you want to make sure that all firearms are first and foremost are clean. Make sure that they are cleaned. If you have not cleaned them, you need to clean them. If you don't know how to clean them, that's okay. Especially for a lot of my first-time gun owners. First-time gun owners, I didn't learn how to clean a gun online, but my daddy taught me how to clean a gun. So I've been cleaning guns since I was a little kid. But if you want to learn how to clean a gun, there are thousands of videos on how to clean a gun. Thousands. You can literally look up your model and your make and get your gun and learn how to take it apart and learn how to clean it. Learn how to field strip your firearm so that you can clean it. There is no excuse for that. They will show you there are different ways to clean it. There are different things to clean it. There are different methods. Me personally, I have become a frog lube guy. All my guns are frog lube. If you don't know about frog lube, check it out. I don't think I uploaded that video. No, I don't. I didn't. Yeah, I need to do that. Fuck. I got a frog lube video. I frog lube my AR-15. That was like shit. Damn it, 2 years ago. Yes. I frog lube my AR-15. But yeah, frog lubing. Actually, what I'm probably gonna do, I might even do that again for my handguns. But my rifle, I did that already. My rifle is frog lube, ready to go. What frog lube is, for those of you who don't know, frog lube is basically a treatment that you can put on your guns to where what happens is when you shoot your gun heats up. The molecules that are embedded into that metal, because you got to heat your gun up and clean your gun, take all that oil and stuff off. You got to strip your gun of all oil, all that grease, all dirt. Once you got your gun in a clean state where there's nothing on it, you then heat the metal up. Yeah, I think I will do that, Jason. You heat it up with a heat gun or if you got a good enough hair dryer. You get it to where it's hot to touch. Once you do that, you have this frog lube, which is basically like this green paste, and you can spray it. It's a spray and it's a paste. You slather it on, literally slather it on. You don't want to cake it up into the like firing pin area, but everywhere else, your barrel, your slide, everything that's metal, you want to get it on there. Once you do that, you let it cool. What I do is I do it twice. I put it on, let it cool, heat it back up, do it again. Heat it back up, do it again, let it cool. Then once you do that, you take it and then you let it get back to room temperature. You take it and you literally take a microfiber cloth and you're going to wipe all the excess off. Wipe it off and your gun is literally frog lube. The next time you go shoot, even if you're shooting the dirtiest and the filthiest, cheapest ammo you can find, bang, 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 bang. If you shoot it, you know how you take your field strip your gun, how you got all that filing and shit in there. You're going to see that, but you'll be able to take a microfiber cloth and literally wipe it off. YouTube frog lube and you'll see what I'm talking about. The shit works. I've done it myself. All my guns are frog lube. So I swear by that shit. That shit works. It's very easy to clean your guns. You go to the gun range. All I do when I go to the gun range, when I come back home, I take the little rifling thing with the cotton swab, hit my barrel, take my microfiber cloth, clean microfiber cloth, wipe out all of that stuff, the fouling and stuff, comes right off, boom, put my gun right back together, I'm good to go. Perfectly clean, no problems whatsoever. But yes, I got my rifle, I did my rifle, and I never uploaded that video. I will do that. Also, clean and loaded. Now, I am a person who believes in one in the chamber. I got a video talking about it. I believe in having one in the chamber, having all your magazines loaded. I just brought some new magazines, but I keep all my magazines loaded. This is one of my things I bought. I'm actually going to do a video about this, about my case, but bam, 30 round mag, Glock mag, second Glock mag. I keep these loaded. All my magazines are loaded. If your magazines ain't loaded, you need to buy ammo to load them. Keep your magazines loaded and keep your magazines together so that if you need to grab something in a hurry, you can grab it. All right. But I'm putting all this stuff together. Also, what I got is a flashlight that I use that I keep on the side of my bed. This is my flashlight that I have. So if I do hear that bump in the night, I can grab my gun, grab my flashlight, and I can go hit these rooms, see what's happening. Okay. So I make sure I have that. So you should have a flashlight in your bed, like I just mentioned. Also, when you're talking about your weapons check, you got if you don't have enough ammo, make sure you get ammo. If you have multiple calibers, that means you got 40, 45, 9mm, all that good stuff, 223, whatever you shooting, make sure you have enough ammo for at least your magazines to be filled. If you have an AR-15, you should have at least 3 magazines. 1 to go in, 2 to put on somewhere. You can put 2 magazines in your back pocket if you ain't got no gear. If you don't have no plate carrier, if you don't have no tactical pants, you can at least with a pair of jeans, you can shoulder your AR-15 and you can take those 2 extra mags, put them in your back pocket. Your handgun, whether you got a Glock 17, you got a Beretta, whatever the case may be, you can put those magazines, them extra magazines. You should have at least 3 magazines, 1 for the weapon, 2 on the outside, just like with these. That was my Glock. This is for if I'm carrying my Beretta. If I'm carrying my Beretta, boom. I got my mags right here. I don't have to switch them in and out. I got 1 for my Glock, and I got 1 for my Beretta. So whichever one I'm carrying at the moment or that day or whatever, I can just grab this and go with it. This is small enough to where you can keep it in your car. I can take one of these, put it in my car, put it in my safe in my car, or my glove box and lock it. Small enough to where I can do that. I can lock it, keep it, boom. Folds over like that. You can tuck it somewhere, put it under your seat or whatever, and you can have it just in case. Just in case. But that's what I got. All right. Now, what else do I have on here? You got your rounds. Now, extra ammo. What I do with extra ammo, and I just got some in. Yeah, man. Just got my box of ammo, baby. I just got this in last week. I got to add some new magazines that I got to fill. But make sure that you have your ammo. If you got ammo, don't keep it in them boxes. Them little boxes of ammo, don't do that shit. Get you some ammo cases that hold 100 rounds in them. Or get you something like this, an ammo, the big one. I even got the army joints. Where's my, oh, it's in my closet. I got the big metal joints that seal up that you can put all that stuff in there. Yeah, but put it in there in the green metal cans. I got those. The reason why you get those metal cans is because they are waterproof. They keep out moisture. So you can put your rounds in those cases. You can put them in those little boxes, and you can close it up and keep them in there. Put those in there. If you can get an ammo can, get an ammo can. At least one or two. I actually have 4, and that's because I caught them on sale for like $10. Now I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm buying these. And it came with 2. It was 2 cans in one. It was a big can and a smaller can in each one for $10. Oh man, me and my brother Easy, we went to town on them. I think we got 4 of those a piece. But make sure you put your ammo in an ammo can because it keeps moisture away. So they don't rust, they don't get oxidized, they don't get mold and all that shit going on. Keep them in the ammo can, and even if you gotta go in a hurry, you ain't gotta get a bunch of boxes of ammo. You can grab your ammo can and you gone. All right. The only reason why those aren't in a green can is because I still got to put these in some mags. I got magazines that I got to fill that I just got, brand new ones. So make sure you do that. All right. Next, tactical gear check. Make sure that all tactical clothing or gear has been tried on and still fits. Aha. And is adjusted properly. So when you buy your tactical pants, your tactical belt, you get all of that gear, you get your plate carrier and all that stuff. Make sure you have that on. Make sure you have that set up to where all you got to do is put it on and it's all ready to go. You should just be able to put on your plate carrier if you got one, put on your tactical pants and they fit good to where you can do squats and all that kind of stuff. You can get down on one knee and all that kind of stuff. A lot of times we'll have equipment and we'll have tactical gear and we'll have it for years and we don't try it on. And next time we go put it on, we didn't gain 20 pounds or 40 pounds and the shit is super tight. If that's the case, get you some new ones. Get you some bigger ones. Get it to where the shit fits and you can function in it. Ain't no point in having tactical gear that don't fit and it doesn't let you move properly. So get you some tactical pants. You ain't got to buy 5 pair. Yes, they are a little expensive, but you can get you some tactical pants, get you some tactical boots. Tactical boots are fairly cheap. They don't cost no $250 like no Jordans. You ain't got to have the $300 ones. Get you some $50 or $60 boots to have on. Some shit kickers that cover up your ankles. At least ankle high and button above. But get you some tactical gear that fits and that works. When you put it on, boom, you're good. Tactical belt, one of the advantages of having that tactical belt with the Velcro is once you put that tactical belt on, your battle belt, you just boom, put it on, click, and that's it. It's ready to go. Everything is on it. That's what I'm gonna do with this. That's actually the last piece I'm waiting on before I do my video about that. Is my tactical belt. I got all my other stuff that I need. Why did I bring this gun? I don't know. But I got all my other stuff I need, including my plate carrier. Yes, sir. I'm ready. And these are my magazines that I got that's empty. I need to fill. But got my plate carrier. Got my plate carrier. I got all my shit that I need. So when I just got it now, I got it pretty much sized and put on. I just got to get the other stuff to fill on it. But once I do that, I'm gonna do a video about that to show everybody what you can do. So make sure that you have that stuff ready to go and make sure that it fits so you can put it on and be ready to rock and roll whenever you need to. All right. If it don't fit, if you don't have it, that's your wish list. That's the things you start working towards to go get. Okay. So that you can have the stuff and it fits and it works. Once you get yourself outfitted, get the next person in line fitted. Get your wife fitted. Get your son fitted. Get your daughters fitted. So if something go down, hey, I got bulletproof vests for them now. Because I got a plate carrier. I just passed on my bulletproof vest. And I had 2 bulletproof vests. I had one from my dad and I had one from when I was a sheriff deputy in Michigan. So now I just passed them on to them. So if we need to shoulder up, we got to go. I'm gonna throw one on my daughter. My wife gonna throw hers on, and we good to go. We out here. We gotta move. We gotta move. So keep that shit in mind. You want to make sure that you have that equipment and that the equipment fits and it works. If it don't work, get you some new ones. Sell it to somebody, donate it to somebody, pass it down to somebody, whatever the case may be. What's on the crest? Oh, that's just the brand. It's Condor. Condor is really good. It had great reviews on it, and it's not real expensive. You ain't breaking the bank. You ain't got to spend $500 on no plate carrier. So it's a good price. Yeah, when I do my video on it, you'll see it. But yeah, Condor is the brand that I got. Last but not least, we got two more. Create offensive and defensive plans of execution in the event of a theft, break-in, or home invasion. Now, here's the thing too. When you're talking about you got all this equipment, you got everything in place, now everybody in the house needs to know what to do if this happens, if that happens, if something goes wrong, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How do we do it? Who does what? Who goes where? Make sure that you have hiding places established. Make sure that people know where to go in the house. Make sure people know what to do. If you tell your son or your daughter to go hide, they know where to go. They know where to go. They know where to get to. They know where to, if it's under a bed, in a closet, crawl space, run outside, or whatever the place may be, have those places established. If they need to leave the house, if you tell them to go hide, or if you tell them to get out, they know how to open up a window and climb out, run to the neighbor house, to go get help, whatever the case may be. So if you give that command and you tell them this is what they do, they know what to do. Because if something goes left, you want to be able to say, hey, get out. And if they tell you, if they hear that, they wake up and they get out, they know what to do. Daddy said, get out. That means get up and jump out this window and go to my neighbor house, or go to my uncle house, or go to my cousin house up the street or around the corner, or whatever the case may be. If they old enough to where they got a cell phone, get my cell phone, get out the house, climb out the window. While I'm out, once I get outside, then I call the police. House on fire, I know to get out and go to the neighbor house across the street or next door. Or meet on the corner, meet in the alley, whatever the case may be, they know what to do. And once you do that, once you have that stuff established, if it's a home invasion, you want them to hide. If it's everybody go quiet, don't move. Everybody get in this safe room. You got a safe room in your house. Go to the safe room. If they know to do that, then they know to get their ass up, go in this room and wait. Don't open the door. Don't do shit. My wife knows, hey, if this shit happens and I get up and I go out, you get the baby, you go to the baby room, you stay in that motherfucker, don't come out. I don't give a fuck how many gunshots you hear, how much hollering and screaming you hear, don't come out. And if a motherfucker come to that door, you air it out. You keep shooting until the motherfucker stop moving. You hold up in there. I don't give a fuck what, unless you hear the safe word, you stay your ass in there. If I tell you, come out, baby, come out, they gonna kill me, come out. Let me die. That's man shit. That's what we do. Let me die. You stay your ass in there. Let them motherfuckers come get you. Get them motherfuckers a fight. If they get us, they gonna get us, and we gonna give them a fight while they getting us. We ain't gonna be no easy wins around this motherfucker. No way. So that's how you have to prepare, but you gotta train for that kind of stuff. You gotta teach that kind of stuff. Last but not least, develop and practice hiding and evacuation plans using multiple routes and areas. Also have established and areas also, I should be have, not has have established rendezvous, rally points in the event your unit gets separated or is already separated. So basically, if you ain't home, if half of you is here at the house and half of y'all out in the streets, I know what's happening. Somebody call me and tell me, my neighbor called me and tell me my house is on fire. I know where my family's supposed to be. And if they're not there, I know they're in the house. If they're not meeting me on the corner waiting for me at the rally point, then I know that they're still inside. Well, how do you know? Because they're supposed to be here. And if they're not here, then that means they're still in there. My kid may have confused the get out with hide. They could be scared and they could be hiding in the space they ain't supposed to hide. Because everybody know when there's a fire, you're not supposed to hide, are you? No. But could my kid be scared and panic and fuck up and go do that? Yes. Firemen are trained to look in hiding spaces, but I don't want to make it harder for them. I want to train my kid to make sure that they know where to go. If it's a fire, you yell, you scream, you make noise. If you can't get out, you keep making noise. That's what you teach your kid, and that's what you practice. Make sure that you practice. I'm going to tell you something. This is a fact. This is a fact. Listen to this very carefully. When you get scared, when you panic, you freeze up, deer in the headlights, shit hits the fan, whatever happens, when you get into fight or flight syndrome, the first thing that kicks in is going to be muscle memory. Once you have that initial shock, the next thing that's going to kick in is muscle memory. You hear that first bang, next thing that's going to happen is muscle memory. It's just like even growing up in the city in the Chi, I went from when I would hear gunshots as a kid, I would know to get down. When I hear gunshots now, I grab my gun. Bang! I'm like, oh shit, I pull my gun. I'm going outside. I'm looking to see what's happening. I'm sitting there and I hear pow, 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 pow. I'm like, shit, that sounds kind of close. I get my gun and I go out. That's just me. That's my muscle memory. Just being trained in law enforcement, you get trained like that. Muscle memory kicks in. Motherfucker can come and hit me upside the head. Once they do that initial shot, they catch me off guard, muscle memory gonna kick in. I'm trying to create distance instantly. So when your kid is scared or your kid is in jeopardy or something happens, you get in danger, muscle memory, a kid will click if they practice it. And what I mean by practice, not just saying, okay, where's the hiding space? Good job. Where's the get out spot? Good job. Where's the window you climb out of? Great. Once you've established that, you tell your kids, all right, y'all, I'm going to test y'all. One day this week, I'm going to wake y'all ass up. Know where to go. And I'm going to tell you to either get out or hide. I'm going to come wake you up while you sleep. And that's what you do. Set your alarm clock an hour early. Do it in the wee hours of the morning, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Do it when they gonna be definitely hard sleep and ain't gonna know what the fuck to do but what you teach them. That's what you do. That's what you do. Have them get to the point where they know what to do. Have them get to the point where they know, shit, daddy scared me and mommy scared me, woke me up. It's a fire. I gotta go here. Cool? Now, I see in here where LLT says, Brian, I'm in CT. Stop panicking. I don't know what that means. Do you care to elaborate, sir? And explain to me what that means. If you got questions that I didn't get to see earlier, go ahead and put them in there right now, and then we'll wrap this up. If there are none, but yeah, I don't understand what you're saying when you're saying stop panicking. I don't know. You saying you in? I guess you saying you in. I'm gonna say, try to figure this out, but please put it in there. I'm in CT. Is that Connecticut? And then you saying stop panicking. You say I can tell ADHD. What does that mean? I can tell ADHD, attention deficit or hyper disorder or some shit. I don't know. I have no clue. But matter of fact, sir, do you want to call in and explain to me what you're saying? I guess you can do that. Well, you let me know. Anybody else got any questions? Attention deficit, hyper, right, activity disorder. That's what I thought they saying, but what is, I don't get that. You just saying that to be saying it? What the hell? I have a question. Here we go. Somebody got some goddamn sense. What can people do if they don't have guns? If they don't have guns, they need to marry somebody or get engaged or get laid up with somebody who does. No, but seriously, if you don't have guns, I mean, there's only so much you can do. You can use, there are other forms of weapons. There are knives, bats, sticks, poles, golf clubs, bats, whatever you can get, and have that kind of stuff around your house. I mean, that's what I did before I started carrying a gun. But I mean, what can you really do when you're going up against the gun? It's like, how do you function with that? You're talking about close quarters combat now. So it's like, no, you cannot borrow one of my guns. You can borrow some sugar, you can borrow some eggs, but you can't borrow no guns. But when you're talking about just getting prepared that kind of way, then yeah, that's what you can do. You can try to say, well, look, I can, give me some knives, give me some pepper spray. I can do that. Get you a taser. You can find one of those. Those are, basically some type of deterrent or something that can aid in you, slowing a person down that's trying to cause you some type of bodily harm. Get yourself in a self-defense class. You don't have to go and study Taekwondo for 10 years and become a Shaolin monk to learn how to protect yourself. Taking some basic self-defense classes, knowing what to do and how to protect yourself with keys. Get yourself some brass knuckles. There are plenty of things you can do if you don't have a gun or if you're just totally afraid of using guns. You can definitely do that. So just think about that and keep that in mind. Google self-defense classes in your area. Go to a class. Because what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to do the best you can against somebody or someone that's trying to do harm to you or somebody that is in your family. That's what you want to do. Cool? Anybody else got any questions? Be an example to relax. What does that mean? You see what I'm saying? LLT. You're just saying shit. You're saying be an example to relax. What does that mean to relax? What does that mean to relax? Or don't panic. This is not panicking. This is what I just said. Civil unrest preparedness. This is stuff that you should have in your house already. Do you have to do everything that's on this list? No, you don't. But this in itself is something that can have you prepare not just for COVID-19, but in case anything goes wrong. There are people who get their houses broken into day in and day out. Home invasions. That shit happens. So having weapons, tactical gear, all that kind of stuff, hey, this ain't for everybody, but for those of us that are concerned, those of us that want to be able to protect our family and our loved ones, that's not panicking. That's called preparedness. Just like when people talk about preppers. I'm not a prepper, but there are plenty of people who are. There are plenty of people who have canned goods, who do canning and do pickling and do all that kind of stuff because they don't want to be without food. They don't want to be without, yeah, I know he is. They don't want to be without, they want to be in a position to where they are prepared. And I'm sorry, but I'm not dumb enough to think that LLT got my best interest at heart and I don't need to do nothing but sit at home and wait for Trump to tell me to go back to work. I'm not that dumb. You don't know what's happening, sir. Neither do I. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know what's going to happen with this. I want to have my family safe and prepared for the worst. I want to be able to be prepared for whatever. If don't nothing happen, I'm good. So that's not panicking. Panicking is me saying, hey, y'all, in the next 72 hours, everything gonna get turned off. Like the way Y2K was supposed to be, that's about to happen. That's panicking. So get your terminology straight. Great question. Awesome trolling. Who's next? Let's see. What does that say? Relationship rehab. Why do you think the response to the annual flu season isn't as drastic as the COVID-19 response has been? It kills 12 to 60,000 people each year. Great question, truth talker, teacher. My thing is this. The only reason why I think it's a little different is because they don't see the end of this. They just said today that they're talking about this possibly being a reoccurring thing. They're just mentioning that today. So it's saying like how we have flu season, how we had H1, like H1N1. For those of you who don't know, H1N1 was just a I got you, angry man, was just a bad version of the flu. It was a worse version of the flu. It was a amped up version of the flu. So when you're talking about the flu and you're talking about H1N1 or swine flu, it was a worse version and more people died from it. People die from the flu. People die from pneumonia. People die from that shit all every year. There are thousands of deaths. Like you said, 12 to 60,000 people die from the shit. The only reason why this is amped up now is because this is essentially, like they said, yes, I did get the walkies pick, Bolo. Thank you, sir. What this essentially is, this is like a airborne version of pneumonia, which is why this is so, whoa, wait, what the fuck? So they understood that, yeah, it's understood that, yes, people gonna get sick, yeah, people gonna catch this shit, but because it's pneumonia, and pneumonia is like the end game to like the flu. So people usually get a cold, or they get bronchitis, or they get some type of infection, some uh, uh, nasal infection, a sinus infection. Then that develops into the flu, or it develops into pneumonia. Once you get pneumonia, bing, bing, bing. That's when the check engine light come on. People have walking pneumonia and then they die from the shit and didn't know they had it. Or people get pneumonia and they have it for so long because they didn't have this cold for 3 weeks and didn't go to the doctor. Then they go into the doctor. The doctor said, well, shit, you got pneumonia and your lungs are 2/3 full. 3/4 of your lungs got fluid on them. That's why you didn't feel good. That's why you wasn't getting better. So because of that, this is basically the end game, which is pneumonia. COVID-19 or coronavirus is an airborne version of pneumonia. So it's at the worst stage. So when you get corona or COVID-19, you're at the pneumonia stage. And it's attacking what pneumonia attacks, your lungs. Filling your lungs up. That's why your lungs, you can't catch breath and all of that stuff. You can't do that. You don't get air. You don't get wind. What that does, that affects your heart. That affects you being able to sleep. It affects your fatigue. Your body hurts. All of those kind of things. And that's why people are dying from this, because they aren't able to recover from the effects of pneumonia, essentially. And they're saying this is a bad strand of pneumonia. So basically, what that is, it means I can breathe on you and you can catch pneumonia. That's not good at all. The people who are like getting over this, those people are on oxygen when they're going home. That's serious. I go, how many times have a motherfucker got the flu, went to the doctor, got a Z-Pack or some shit, or got some antibiotics, and then came home with an oxygen tank? That shit don't happen. So this is taking an effect on the body way worse than anything we've seen before. And then people don't realize this. Once you catch pneumonia, you are more susceptible and highly susceptible at risk at a higher rate to catch it again. So you now are prone to catching pneumonia. So that's why it's so serious. Because if you catch pneumonia at an old age, you usually don't make it. Which is why the elderly are at such high risk of pneumonia. I mean, of dying from this. They're at higher risk because of that. Don't mean that if they catch it, they gonna die, but they're at higher risk to die. So when you have people that are getting infected at this type of rate, because it's highly contagious, it's 3 times more contagious than the flu, and then it's pneumonia to top it off, that's bad. That's why it's a pandemic. That's why motherfuckers are in the house. Because you think about it like this. When you get pneumonia, what do you have to do? You have to get on some type of breathing apparatus. And then you got to take some antibiotics to hope that it gets better. But if I don't know that, and if I don't have enough ventilators, what happens if I can't breathe for myself no more? I go on a ventilator. We don't have 100 million. Let's say if a third of America, a third of the people in the United States got this. I don't know no place in America that has 100 million or 1.125 million, well, about 105, 110, about 110 million ventilators. So if a third of our country got this, we're talking over 100 million people catching this. And if it gets to the worst case scenario, they would need ventilators. They would need ventilators. So now what do you do with that? How do you supply that? You can't. So that's why it's such a big deal. That's why they're telling people social distance, stay your ass in the house. Lorenzo says, hey, Brian, I have become paranoid. Every time when I see one with a surgical mask and getting too close to me, I have my hand on my 32. Goddamn. Davis gun. 32 Davis gun. Look, here's the thing. You don't need to be paranoid because paranoid is different. But you should definitely be concerned. I went to the liquor store Friday. Okay? I went to the liquor store Friday. I literally went into the liquor store. I didn't know what I was going to get. I went in. I grabbed my 2 bottles. I came to the register, and the dude tried to grab my bottles. I said, I said, just scan it, bro. He said, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. He knew what was up, but they both had on masks. And I was like, you ain't touching my bottles, bro. You don't have to. Get your scanner. Boop, boop. He was like, you want a bag? I said, no. I said, I'm good. And then I went and took my card. He had one of those things where you can tap the card. Thank God. I took my my debit card, tap, and then I took my pinky, boop, 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 put in my code, and I walked out. You want a receipt? Nope, I don't want you to hand me shit. Not paranoid, I'm just concerned. I want to minimize contact. That's what I want to do. Not saying that I'm scared of everybody coming. I don't want nobody coming in me. I was in line at Walmart returning some shit. I stood on the social distancing squares. And the people that were standing behind me that weren't paying attention, I was like, hey, social distancing. Not being paranoid, I'm concerned. People are not used to this yet. So it's like, that's what I want to do. Now, people are talking about, hello, Brian, why is people saying this is not a virus? It's radiation from the 5G radiation poisoning your cells. I'm not a scientist, and I've heard this being mentioned a lot. And the thing about it is, I have not heard Dr. Fauci or the government saying that this shit ain't true. So I think it could be something to it, but I don't know. So I'm not one of those people that would just talk about some shit I have no knowledge about. But I have seen that there be plenty of people coming forth saying it's the radiation from the cell phone. I do know that this 5G shit, just like 4G, there's a certain level of radiation that is emitted for this shit to work. I do know that as a fact. Now, I don't know what the ins and outs of 5G radiation is or how that is affecting us, but it could. Radiation is radiation. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Radiation is radiation. Whether people say, oh, it's a good level, it's an unforeseen level. You don't, motherfucker, I get nervous when they motherfucking x-ray me for my teeth at the dentist. Motherfucker go beep. I be like, yeah, give me that lead apron. Let's get this shit over with, doc. I'm glad they only do it once a year. So I don't know as far as what they're saying, as far and yeah, I see you, Bolo. Bolo did a video about it today where they were talking about that shit. Go to his channel, Bolo TV. Go to his channel and watch that video. I was watching it before I started the live here when I was getting all this stuff together. But I'm not one of those people that will say, no, that's not true. That's a hoax. I'm not one of those people that will say that because there is a connection between us, electricity, energy, radiation. Think about it like this. What do people do when they get chemo? Radiation. It treats cancer. So you have to consider that. Could there be a link to it? Absolutely. I don't know what it is though, but there could absolutely be some type of link to it. There could be something that could make this shit or trigger this shit to where people can have reaction. And let me say this, because people are because of our genetic makeup, it could only be a certain group of people that could have this problem. It could just be a certain people that have a certain particular genetic makeup that will have this problem. It's not that everybody gets it, but it could be a certain group of the population that does have an issue with this. So I'm telling you, even with the microwave, motherfucker, you motherfuckers may not know this. Do you know you're not supposed to stand next to your microwave when your microwave is on? They tell you that you should be at least 50 feet away from your microwave. Do people realize that when they came out with Bluetooth earpieces, there were people that were getting cancer in the brain, and it was in the exact shape of the Bluetooth that they were wearing? So you can't tell me that this shit ain't got no motherfucking connection to it. There's something that could be connected to this. Check out that shit. Look up Bluetooth and think about that shit with Bluetooth. There were people who had the big, long, dumbass Bluetooth on or the little short ones. When Bluetooth first came out, there were people that were getting those. One of the reasons why they came out with Bluetooth is because people were getting tumors the size of their cell phones on the side that they kept their cell phone on. That's truth. That's a fact. That is a fact. People were getting, there was certain phones that would have so much radiation in them from the signal that people were developing brain tumors in the shape and size of their cell phone. And that's when people were saying, well, get a Bluetooth, it's less radiation. Nah, motherfucker, it's the same amount of radiation, just in a smaller concentration. So people were getting tumors and shit in their brains the size of their Bluetooth. Especially then they started telling people, well, don't wear your Bluetooth all day. Have your Bluetooth on, but don't wear it all day long. Don't wear it no more than 2 hours or some shit like that. But what about people that's their job? That's all they do. I wear my Bluetooth for a living. I got to keep it on. I'm taking calls all day and I'm driving. I'm walking around. I'm doing. All right, get that tumor that's about motherfucking 4 inches long and look like a motherfucking stem. So yes, that happens. That happens. So it's like there's so much shit out in the world that people have adverse reactions to. You really don't know. I don't be too quick to rule out anything. There is some shit that can be in something that can fuck you up. At one point, people thought lead paint was cool. At one point, people thought lead toys was okay. Motherfuckers over in China still making shit out of lead, sending it over here to motherfuckers who want it. Till we put the kibosh on it, little kids was getting these little lead toys and eating them and shit and realizing why little Johnny so dumb, why little Johnny can't think, why little Johnny talk so slow, why his speech for it's the lead. The little nigga been eating lead paint chips. At one time, people thought asbestos was cool. Next thing you know, what is methothelioma? Whatever the fuck that shit is. Methothelioma. Yeah, methothelioma. Yeah, the shit that's in aerosol. What was that shit they used to put in the aerosol cans? The fluorines or fluorides or some shit like that. The carbon fluorides or some shit like that. All right, LLT. Now I've tried to tolerate you, but you're not gonna fuck up my program. I can tell you that right now. If you don't tell me what the fuck to do on my platform, on my show, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Go click on somebody else. It's 114 people in here watching. We'll be fine at 113, sir. So don't tell me shit else. I don't like blocking people, but I will. But get the fuck out, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you ain't gonna call the fuck in. So get the fuck on, or I will get you on. All right? Thank you, Lil T. Motherfuckers ain't got shit else better to do but to go talk about what another nigga doing. God damn it, man. Yeah, I know he's a troll, but god damn. Who the fuck wants to troll a little old YouTuber like me? I don't get it. Motherfucking niggas, man. That's why I keep nigga dispatchment tools. Get your ass the fuck on. You can literally just close out. Let me X off this nigga. But he won't do that, will he? Nope. I'ma keep typing. Calm down, man. I'm from CT. Calm down, man. Man, you panicking, bro. Man, don't do that. I'm just saying. Respect, man. But you don't even know me, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Move the fuck on. Go get your own life. Why you ride mine? Jesus Christ. Low life troll. That's what LLT stand for. Shit. But getting back to my point, you have to consider most things. Yes, there's some shit that's just way the fuck left. There's some shit that you just don't make sense. If there is some truth to it, if there is some logic to it, consider it. Just like with this. What I hate for when you have law enforcement agencies, and I'm doing a video about this too. I'm gonna do a video about this probably tomorrow, day after. The fucking mayor of Houston literally asked the criminals to not commit no crimes doing social distancing. I'm gonna let that sit in, then I'm gonna repeat it. The mayor of Houston asked the criminals of Houston to not commit any crimes until social distancing is over. The mayor, not the mayor from Do the Right Thing. I ain't talking about that mayor. I'm talking about the mayor of Houston asked criminals to not commit any crimes until COVID-19 is over and people can go back to the regular way of life. The dumbest shit I've heard. You got motherfuckers talking about every fucking word that Trump says, hanging on to every tweet and every fucking word Trump says. You got the fucking mayor of Houston saying, don't commit any crimes. Please, y'all. Until this is over, just stay home and don't commit no crimes. Once this is over, then you can get back to doing what you're doing, and we'll get back to doing what we're doing. That's what this motherfucker said. And my thing was this. Is everybody entitled to be a dumbass at some point? Yep. Could you motherfuckers in Houston have voted in a dumbass? Yeah, that's good. But imagine the thought that this dude is proposing, which that means he don't give a shit about people's safety. If I got to go on national TV and ask the people in my city, to the bad guys, to not commit crimes and expect them to obey, I'm going to expect criminals, people who break the law, to listen and obey to my word and my plea of not committing any crime. What loose niggas do you know that don't commit crimes when you ask them to? You tell me, I'll wait. I'll wait for that. I've never heard of a loose nigga saying, oh, no, I ain't going to go out and do nothing today, man. You know, the mayor got on TV and said for us to chill, so I'm going to do that. He calls a ceasefire, so I'm going to do that. Insane. That's what motherfuckers is at, to where you begging the criminals to stop committing crimes because you don't want people to be out here in these streets. That's asinine. But that's what motherfuckers do who live in the lap of luxury and have the comforts of security, have the comforts of a gated community, have the comforts of law enforcement around them and a security detail 24/7. I'm so far removed from the everyday life threatening people that are out here in my city and my constituents that I can just ask the criminals to not commit crimes. And they'll listen. Exactly. Like in Die Hard 3. It's fucking Christmas out here. Where are all the cops? They're gone. Dallas police officers said they're not responding to motherfucking thefts no more. They're not responding to petty crimes anymore. You can generate a report, but there will not be assigned to an officer until at a later date. Ain't nobody coming out. Somebody break in your motherfucking house. You come home from the grocery store, your house been robbed. You can call 911 and Dallas PD is going to tell you we can file a report online, over the phone. We'll take your shit down. You said what? They took what? Okay, we'll get this to an officer as soon as we can. And that's it. That's it. That's your ass. Well, what do they stole? All my shit, my TV gone, my VCR gone, my computer gone. Okay, I have that in the report, ma'am. Oh, yeah, I like the way you did that, Lorenzo. If somebody got a question, put in their question so I can see that in caps because it'll stand out. That's good. He said, Brian, how much you think is a good price on getting your gun diagnosed and cleaned? Here in California, it's $90. Is that too much? God damn. What the fuck are they cleaning? A goddamn LMG? Shit. Here's what I would say. A good price for somebody to take time out that know what the fuck they doing to clean your gun, $50. Unless you have a gun that ain't like never been cleaned. But just your average gun that you using, $50 should be good. It's reasonable to me. $90 or $100, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. If they just doing a basic field strip, which a basic field strip is putting your gun literally in like 3 to 4 pieces. That's basically what they like. Better yet, I can show you, man. This is a basic field strip. So you see I dropped my mag. There's my my round, my one in the chamber. So if I'm gonna field strip this gun, essentially what I'm gonna do, slide is broke, boom, boom, here you go. And there's my spring. So what we have 4 pieces now. And there's my barrel. Barrel, slide, frame. That's a basic field strip. You cleaning your gun, this is pretty much what you gonna do. You can, if I ain't shot like this one here, I ain't shot it. I got some, let me see if you can even see that. See that little bit of dust that's in there? That's just from it being, this is my gun that I have under my pillow. So with that little dust that's in there like that, you can see that. Yep. So basically what I would do with this, I would either get my air compressor and blow this dust out, or I would get a nylon brush. Did you hear me say nylon brush? I would get a nylon brush, which, do I have it in here? Nope, it's in my gun case. It's in my cleaning kit. Yeah, I don't have it in here. I would get a nylon brush, boom, 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 wipe that out, and just knock that little dust, those little dust bunnies out. I would just knock that out of there. Then I would put this guy back together. Very simple, and that's it. Now, if I need to take this shit apart because it ain't never been cleaned before, and I got to take all this shit loose and soak it and all of that shit, I would do that. If I need to go ahead and treat it and do all that good shit, but like with this frog lube, you don't have to do that. Dang it. With this frog lube, you don't have to do that. You just literally just break it down, and that's pretty much it. So that's what I would do. And like I said, to charge somebody $50 to do that is fine. One of the benefits of having a well-made firearm, because somebody will say, your gun dirty, bro. That shit ain't gonna work. Bullshit. A well-made firearm, shit ain't gonna matter. Motherfucker is ready. This Beretta will rock a bad baby. That's exactly what this boy would do. This motherfucker is ready to go. You can drop this motherfucker and bury it in the sand for 10 years and pick it up and it's going to fire. You can drop it in a pond and it will fire. It will do just this. It's going to do its thing. That's the advantages of having a well-made firearm. It can take a beating, it can sit up, and it's going to work. But that's what you would do. So for somebody to break a gun down like that, like I said, you run the little cotton swab through the joint, the little barrel joint, brush it down. If you're not using frog lube and you just spraying it, you spray the little gun cleaner on there, put the little gun oil on the key spots, you good to go. Your gun is gonna attract dust, especially if you have gun oil on your gun. It's gonna attract dust anyway. So you just want to do that and get that stuff together, and you good. So any other questions? Do it with your eyes closed. Oh, I can definitely field strip my gun with my eyes closed, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's just something that you just do because, like I said, I'm just used to. You get used to it. That's a great little test to do that, but it is what it is. I ain't got to show out like that, but you can definitely do that. And that's the same thing with any of your guns. You know, maybe once a month, every couple months, just check them, open them up, boom, cycle that boy, make sure the action and shit is good on them, especially if you have gun oil, because over time that gun oil will get gummy. And sometimes you can have your gun for a year, you ain't shot it in 6 months or 8 months, or you ain't cleaned it. That gun oil will get gummy and that dust, and it'll create a little gunk that you got to get out of it. So definitely want to make sure you got that stuff is clear to that. Um, let's see. Any other questions? What do you think about the CDC telling people to wear masks and what the best mask to use? The N95 is the best mask to use. And the reason why they're telling people to wear those masks now is because of the asymptomatic people and the people who already have it. They're trying to keep it in. So if I'm asymptomatic, that means I have the virus, but I'm not showing any symptoms. I'm not sick from it. I'm just passing it along. I'm a carrier. If I got my mask on, I can be around anybody. I can do whatever I need to do. I can work around anybody, and I'm not giving it off to anybody. People who have it, who are still contagious or in the highly contagious stages of it, they have it and they're walking around people. They don't want them to get it. They keep the mask on so that they're not giving it out as much as they can, because coming through your mouth and when you sneeze or cough or whatever, that's a great way to get it out. So yeah, that's definitely one of those things that that's one of the reasons why they have people wearing it. Somebody asked about caliber earlier. Let me address that. I want to ask that question. I think it was Bruce or somebody who asked. Here's the caliber that I recommend. I recommend 9mm, 124 grain plus P. Let me break that down into what that is. 9mm, why? Because 9mm allows you to have a higher capacity magazine. That means like my guns that I carry on me, my primary EDC are both 17 round magazines. I have a 40 Glock that's 15, but I like the 17. So that's one reason you get to have more bullets. Part two is 124 grain. It's a heavier bullet, which means there's more bullet to it. There's more to expand. There's more to cause wound cavity damage. And there's more that will open up and spread. Bullets mushroom. You didn't know that. Third thing, it's plus P. Plus P means that bullet has a much higher powder ratio. It's a higher charge powder, which when it is fired, it generates more velocity. Velocity and shot placement are what stop people. All that shit you hear about people saying, well, if I got a 45 ounces at all, bullshit. Velocity, shot placement is what puts people down. People walking around with 380s, people having 22s and all that shit. Yep, you can put somebody down, but shot placement, where you want to shoot somebody, send a mask. If they got on body armor or something, then you got to get a headshot. But you want center mass. The harder that bullet hits, the more damage it's going to cause, and that's how you stop people. That is how you stop people. You want that bullet to hit and hit hard and fast. That's why I tell people to get a bullet like this particular bullet here. It's my other gun. This is the smaller version of that PX4 Storm. This bullet here is called a critical duty flex tip. This is made by good old Hornady. See that bullet there? That bullet has what they call a flex tip. It is a little piece of polymer that is inside, and what that does is when it hits, that little piece helps the bullet, which is the jacket of the bullet itself, it helps that expand. That's what it does. It helps it do that. Because when that bullet hits, it helps it open up, which causes the actual damage to the wound cavity. People who walk around with not hollow points, but with full metal jackets. Full metal jackets will go through you. So you can get shot with a full metal jacket and it can go through and out the other end and you can still keep going. You still keep going. When you talking about having that motherfucker hit, you want it to hit and stay in there. I want it to bounce around. I want it to ping pong. Bing, 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 bing. That's what I want it to do. Because when it's in there, it's hitting organs. It's tearing up shit. That's what you want your bullet to do. I want it to tear up shit. Once it get inside, I want it to bounce around in there. Swim around, do the backstroke. Do the butterfly. Do the breaststroke. Swim around in that mother. That's what you want it to do. I want it to hit hard. And that's what Plus P does. And I want it to expand and create damage. That's what it does. The full metal jackets, when you go to the range, you get the 115 full FMJ full metal jacket, that's fine. Even with people that talk about you just put it up there. I see you, Falcon, asking about the rest in peace ammo. That's basically the ammo that breaks off into the little shards. It has little shards in it. I don't like that ammo because yes, it does cause wound damage, wound cavity damage, but it is a lighter grain. Those bullets are like 110 grain or some shit like that, 112 or 90 grain or some. They are a lighter bullet. So if somebody has on a very well made leather coat, yes, that bullet can penetrate, but because of the little shards that it breaks into, they may not cause large wound cavity damage. Those shred bullets. If y'all look those shits up and look at how that bullet acts when it hits gel. You have a small piece of the bullet that stays intact that goes in, but then you have those other little pieces they call what rapid invasion something or whatever, and it splits up. It's little copper pieces. Those pieces are light. They don't have a lot of weight to them. So that's just my opinion. I don't like that. I want that bullet to come in, open up, and test it up. That's what I want it to do, like a Hadouken. Hadouken! That's what I want it to do. I want that bullet to come. I want it to come in, and I want it to expand. That's what you want that bullet to do. You want it to hit and do that. Because when it do that, it's doing that to flesh. It's doing that to organs. A little prick here, a little shard there, a little shard here. That's just, it's like shrapnel almost. Once that little shard hits, those little shards can stay in. Rapid invasive projectile. Thank you. Radically invasive projectile. When you shoot that, yes, going up against bare naked flesh, that could happen. If I got on a denim jacket, I got on a leather jacket or some shit like that, I got on a plaid shirt and a leather jacket or some denim or something like that, those bullets are going to be deflected. Those shards will be deflected. Depending on where I'm at, what I'm going through, what's hitting, what it hits, or some shit like that. What if I got to shoot through drywall? What if I got to go through drywall? If I'm shooting through drywall, them little shards hit, them little shards going to get stuck in that drywall. They ain't going to necessarily penetrate through. Not all of them. So that matters to me. So think about that. Think about those type of things. I'm not knocking the rest in peace bullets or whatever. When it comes to rifle, I say 223, 556, or 300 blackout, like Angry Man said. I actually just bought these. Let me open these jokers up. These are the Hornady Critical Defense 223 rounds. Same type of technology. It's just in a 223 round. Look at how beautiful that is. That is fucking beautiful. But it has the same type of technology. Back up off it a little bit. Same type of technology. Got that flex tip in there. When that hits, boom, it's going to expand a little bit. This here, high velocity. This is my self-defense. They call it critical defense rifle cartridge. This is 20 rounds. I get about 6 of these. But or 4 of these. But that's what I would put in there. So in my immediate loadout on my rifle, this is what's coming at you first. This is what's coming out first. So think about that. When you have those, when you want some rifle rounds, if I'm shooting people, this is what I want to shoot them with. These guys right here. Now, when I go to the range to practice, I'm using these guys. This is a full metal jacket. Boom. It's so shiny and beautiful. But you see how that guy has a closed tip? It's a full metal jacket joint. So that's not expanding. That's just going straight through. That just goes straight through. So this is what I'd use. This is 223. 223 and 556 are pretty much the same thing. Oh, actually, this is a beautiful picture. So look on the bottom. Look at the bottom, the back of this box. Let me cover this so it won't reflect as much. Yeah, so look at that. That's just showing you the actual bullet. That's the bullet part right there. And that's the powder and all that shit that's in it. That creates the velocity. So it's just showing you pretty much what that bullet does. This right here is actually showing you the way that that bullet is made and what it does. So yes, this is what I would say for that. 223, 556, pretty much the same caliber. It's the same round essentially. 223 is just a little bit more mass made and it's cheaper. 300 blackout. 300 blackout is a good round, but it is not as popular as the 223 and 556. It's quieter. You can get it in subsonic. the 300 blackout, but like I said, it's just not as widely used. So if I have a gun that is chambered in 300 blackout, I cannot shoot 223 or 5.56 out of it. Like my rifle here, my rifle is chambered in 5.56, 223. So that means that this will shoot both. I can put a 5.56 round, a 223 round in it right behind each other, and it's gonna do both of them. That's why I bought a 223 5.56 rifle. This is chambered in 5.56, so that means it will shoot 223. What I shoot out of here has been pretty much 223 the majority of the time. So that's why I did that. I have a short barrel because it's for close quarter combat. This is what I want to use to protect my house. This is what I want to use to protect my family. Something goes bump in the night, I want to grab my rifle. My rifle has a light on it, and I can flash it, hit different lights. I can see what's going on in different rooms real quick. I don't have to have this like I'm a security guard saying, who in there? Who over there? I can just boom, hit that light, turn it right back off and see what's in there. This is for close quarters combat. That's why you don't want a 16 barrel rifle trying to swing around the corner. This is 11 and a half inches. It's good. So that's what you want to have. That's how you want to do it. You want to have something that you can use. This will stop a person. You hit a person with some 223 or some 5.56, they are going to DRT. They're going to die right there. This is a DRT round. 308, that's a DRT round. They're going to die right there. You hit a motherfucker with a 308, they're going to die right there. Definitely. But this 223 and 5.56, that's one of the that's a round that the military use. Because like you said, you can have high capacity. You can put 30 rounds in a magazine. You can put 40 rounds in a magazine or 60 rounds in a magazine, and you can get it cracking and you can put people down. That will give me a shot 300 yards away. Easy. Easy 300 yards away. Bang. On the money. That red dot that I have in there, on the money. So just keep those type of things in mind when you're talking about for home defense and stuff like that. You want to have a handgun, but you want to have some type of rifle. 4 or 5 dudes come kick in my door, they're in trouble. 4 or 5 dudes, and here's the thing too that people don't think about. When you and you can check out that story I did about the lady who was pregnant and saw some guys attacking her husband and her daughter in the backyard. She came out there with a 223 and put them boys down. Laid them down with an AR. That's the thing. It's like when you're talking about what's going to happen, if somebody breaks in your house nowadays, more than likely they're going to have a gun. With them having a gun, oh yeah, 7.62 is definitely going to put you down. That's great. That's an AK round. Yes, indeed. But if somebody breaks into your house, they're going to have a gun. Them having a gun means that there's going to be an exchange of gunfire. 2 things you don't want to have happen in gunfire. You don't want to get hit by what they got, and you don't want to run out of what you got. So you talking about shooting through walls if I need to, through drywall? That'll do it. You talking about hitting a motherfucker that got on most? If you got on a regular bulletproof vest, that's going through that player. If I got on a regular bulletproof, where's my vest? Or it's in my room. If I got on my regular bulletproof vest, it'll stop 9, it'll stop 40, it'll stop 22, it'll stop 380, and it'll stop maybe lucky with 44. And it'll stop 45. But other than that, 223, 308, 7.6, what is it? 7.6 by 39, whatever that is. What's that round for AK? Ain't stopping that. You gotta have a plate carrier for that. That's that big motherfucking thing that I hoisted up. Plate carrier stops those rounds. You want to stop a rifle round, you need a plate carrier. And you need a level 4 plate carrier. Don't come up here with no level 3, no level 3A. Get your ass yeah, there you go. 7.6 by 7.62 by 39 millimeter. Get your ass a level. If you ain't got a level 4 plate carrier, you don't want to get hit by no rifle. You ain't gonna survive. That rifle round gonna hurt. Nigga hit you with that AK, it's going hoit. You're going down. So think about that. So when you're talking about and something like a plate carrier like that, do I want that for when things go bumping at night? If I got time to put it on, but that's for if I got to go out in the world. That's for if somebody fuck with my daughter and R. Kelly got my daughter locked up in the studio and ain't nobody letting her out. That's what I'm gonna have on when I go see Kels and them at the Chicago Track Studio. So what do I think about 12 gauge? You have a 590 shot. Here's my thing about a Joe Biden. I call the shotguns not Joe Biden. Joe Biden special. That's what Joe Biden said everybody should get is 20 gauge and 12 gauge shotguns with his dumb ass. While he got motherfuckers protecting him that was wearing MP5s. Whatever. Here's my thing about a shotgun. A shotgun is very good for something like hunting. A shotgun is good for entry, for breaking entry. You know, if you want to do something, you got to do a breach or something. You need to hit a lock. You need to hit some door jam. I mean, not door jams, but you need to hit some hinges. Absolutely, it works. If you are in a situation where you have other firearms around and you need more stopping power, like a shotgun that has the proper type of round in it, not no birdshot, buckshot, birdshot, buckshot bullshit. I'm talking straight up slugs that can double what is it? Double O buckshot, double out buckshot. If you got something like that in there, great. That's great. If it got bucks, basically the buckshot, they got the little small ones for birds. Then they got the other little kind of big for like deers and shit like that. Then they have the bigger ones. I think those are double I. I want to say they double O, double zeros. They call them double I think, right? But they have those that are for like bigger game animals and people. And then you have the slug, which is like a bullet inside of the shotgun shell. The slug is for people, but the reason why I like the buckshot, the large buckshot, is double out buck. Thank you. I was right. So the double out buck, what that does is it still gives you a spread. The slug is just gonna be one bullet. The double out buck is gonna give you a spread. It's not as big like a birdshot spread is gonna be about that big. Then you got one that's about that big. A double out buck is gonna probably be about that much of a spread. So basically, when it hits, and that bullet, that buckshot comes out of the barrel, it's gonna expand to about maybe that big, and it'll keep getting bigger and bigger, but it's slowing down, so it's getting weaker and weaker. But usually, it's gonna be about that big around with double out buck. So if you have something like that, that's gonna give you some spread, and it's gonna hit hard. Yes, you can knock a motherfucker down with a shotgun. Only problem about a shotgun is you only got anywhere between 5 to 7 rounds in the motherfucker. And you get, unless it's an automatic or semi-automatic, and you got to keep racking the motherfucker. So you don't have a lot of speed unless you train that way. So the average person that doesn't train for speed or doesn't train with a shotgun, then you're slower with it. Boom, cha-cha, boom, cha-cha, boom, cha-cha, boom. Now, if I have a semi-automatic one, boom, 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 boom. But shit, them motherfuckers are expensive. Get you a Benelli or some shit like that, you're going to pay for it. As a primary home defense gun, I would say without having a handgun, not necessarily a great idea. That's just me. That's my own personal opinion. If somebody told me, hey, you got to defend your house and your family, you can either take this 17-shot Beretta PX4 Storm, or you can take this 7-shot Remington 500. Remington 570, or this Mossberg 500. I'm taking the handgun. That's all I'm saying. Right. Yeah, that's right. If you hold the shotgun trigger on the pump, you can keep doing, okay, there you go. Either way, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because it's like this. A lot of times most people, when you're talking about just people that go to the gun range, you're stall shooters. What I mean by that, you shoot in a stall. You're shooting at a piece of paper in a stall. Very few people get the opportunity, like myself, to actually train outdoors in a range where you're actually doing different types of drills, where you get to walk and shoot, where you get to shoot from the prone, where you get to shoot from your knee, where you got a moving target that's moving from side to side, and you got to keep hitting it. Where you got to run in place for a minute, for 30 seconds, then do 10 push-ups, then run 10 yards, pull your firearm, and place your shot on 2 targets. Center mass. A lot of people don't get to do those type of things, so you're not prepared for. All you prepared for is standing there in the stall with your earmuffs on, shooting. Pow, pow, pow. Which is okay if that's all you can do. But if you don't have the ability to go do different things with a shotgun, what do you do if 3 niggas come in your house? You got 3 loose niggas kick in your door, not when you're expecting it, at 2 in the morning. They're going to do a smash and grab in your house. Do you really want to get your shotgun, shoulder it, or let's say you got a fancy one, you got a hand pump on, you got a pistol grip on it, and you gonna cack, that's what you gonna do? Okay, once you get them 3 to 5 shots off, it's still 1 or 2 loose niggas still on their feet. What do you do then? Reload? Really? You gonna really reload? That's what you want to do? Okay. Now it's different if I got a Fostech Origin 12. Now that's different. I got an Origin 12. Look up an Origin 12. If I got a Fostech Origin 12, oh yeah, I can do a little something. But how many people have Fostech Origin 12s? You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you're talking about that, and I'm talking about having 17 rounds, I'm good. If I got a motherfucking shotgun and I got a long ass motherfucking shotgun, I got a 20 gauge. I'm trying to swing that motherfucker around to get at some loose niggas, 3 loose niggas that break in my house, or I catch climbing through my window. No way. I'm at a disadvantage. So fuck Joe Biden and the Joe Biden special. Cause Joe Biden got motherfuckers with MP5s protecting him. It's just me by myself with a shotgun, 7 shots, and that's it. Think about it like this. How many, and this is why I tell people about their everyday carries being a full-size firearm. Most full-size firearms can handle plus P rounds, because that's something too. You got to make sure that your gun can handle plus P cartridges, plus P bullets, which is what most high-quality firearms can. Your Glocks, your Berettas, your Sig Sauers, your Smith & Wessons, they can handle them. Now, when you go get them fucking high points and them other shits like that, I don't know. That's on you. I would definitely check it out first. But these guns can handle that. So when you're talking about having something like this, I got 17 rounds. And if I got a fucking reload, it's as simple as dropping a mag, popping a mag. I can drop and pop real quick. As opposed to taking a shotgun, turning it upside down, slack up, 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 track, then flip it back around, then rack it. Now I'm back in action. Right. Fuck you, Joe Biden. No way. No fucking way. So think about those type of things. And it's not a thing of you just facing one person. It's about you facing multiple threats. Just like, and that's why I tell people about carrying 45. You got a 45 as your everyday carry. You walking around with 7 shots when your beautiful 1911 and all that good shit. You better be a great shot. You better be a great shot. That's all I can say. Yeah, it looks pretty. Yeah, it's a great gun. It shoots so sweet. It's so balanced because it has a metal slide. And all. Yep, you better be a great shot. Just think about it like this. Most people, if you in a gunfight, you will more than likely throw your first round. Your first round will usually wind up going past the person you shooting at in the dirt or somewhere else. Now imagine the kick of a 45, which definitely the kick of a 45, which definitely hurts your shot placement, because it's hard when you go bang to put that gun right back on target. So you might go bang, shooting faster. That gun might only get about right here as opposed to right back here where it's supposed to be. Bang, your second shot is off. So let's say you do get lucky, and in your first 3 shots, you double tap the dude. One gets thrown, you double tap the dude. How many shots do you have left now? 4. With 2 niggas. Loose niggas in your house. God forbid if somebody takes cover. What you gonna do with 4 more rounds left? See? There go one. I knew one would. I was hoping one would come up. I was hoping. JK Pioneer. I only need 7 in my 45. I love these guys. So now, like I'm saying, you down to 4. All right? Or let's just say you good enough and you double tap all 3 of them. You got 1 shot left now, because that's 6. 2, 4, 6. 3 loose niggas, 2 shots apiece, that's 6 rounds. You got 1 shot left. What if somebody ain't dead? What if all 3 of them ain't dead? Let me really fuck you up and say this. What if it's 1 more loose nigga? What do you do with 1 round left and 3 people down that may not be dead? I see you, Bolo. Bolo said my 45 got 13 shots. There you go. I always recommend, if your gun can't hold more than 10 rounds, that does not need to be your primary carry. Does not. Your EDC should not be anything less than 10 rounds. 10 rounds is the bare minimum. Me personally, I like 13 and up. I ain't carrying shit that ain't got at least 13 in it. Now, backup gun, great. I get through, I shoot out my Glock 17. I done got rid of 17 rounds, and I go to my 45, 7 shot, fine. 7 shots to my 45, I'm still in the fight, baby. Because my thing is this, nobody can dictate how many people they get into a gunfight with. Nobody can. So do you want to have just enough rounds, not enough rounds, or more than enough rounds? Exactly. That's the question. Everybody that is a 45 carry that got that classic 1911, that is my question I pose to you. Do you want to have not enough rounds, just enough rounds, or more than enough rounds? I don't give a damn how great of a shot you are. Do you want to be in a situation where you have to do that? How many people carry around an extra mag? How many people will have time in a gunfight to reload? One of the things my brother used to always say, motherfucker, if you in a gunfight and you got to reload, you in trouble. And that's true as shit. I forgot who said it, but a wise gunfighter said, your handgun is nothing more than a tool you use to get to your rifle. He said after the 7, keep rounds in your pocket and throw them at them. Right? You go through them 7 rounds, the next move you got is throwing your gun at the motherfucker. Nickel. So think about those things. Those are things that we all got to think about. What position are you going to be in, and what position do you want to be in, and what position do you want to be prepared for? Nobody knows how many people they're going to get into a gunfight with. Nobody knows what kind of gun that person may have. What if you got to give cover to somebody? You and your boy, y'all get into a gunfight with some other loose niggas. What if somebody got to give cover to somebody? I can't provide cover with 7 fucking rounds. Nigga, I need my round. I'm be sitting back like this. He like, cover me, man. Cover me. I'm a sitting duck. I need these rounds. We got 7. Oh, shit. Pow. I only got 6. Do you want to be in that situation where you're counting rounds? You don't want to be in that situation. So it's always better to have more than enough. I want to be able to drop 4, 5 niggas and still be scanning. Boom, 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 boom. Anybody else? Anybody else? 2 times 4 is 8. I dropped 8 niggas. I got 17 plus 1 in my Glock. That means I got 10 rounds left. I still got more than a 1911 does that ain't been shot. I got 3 rounds more. That's right, Truth. Truth Talker Teacher, that 17 is me. Man, let me tell you something. I went and shot a 17 and said, I gotta have one. This is my everyday carry. This and my Beretta. The one I just showed you earlier that I field strip. This is my everyday. I trust my life with this boy. And what you see right there, 17 rounds, 1 in the chamber. That's 18 teams. That's exactly where I want to be. Right where I want to be. Where I want to be. Sweeter to the weeder, did it. I'm gonna shoot you, baby. Whoa, no, 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 no. Never did I imagine that you niggas would try to be so hard and try to pull my whole card. You thought I'd run, you thought I'd cry, but no. I pulled my Glock 17 and now I'm gonna let you niggas know. You niggas better run and hide, because this Glock of mine will ride. And I'm gonna put you niggas down. And they gonna have you stretched the fuck out for your people to come and pick you out, to say that loved one's mine. Then they gonna go and get something, I don't know what else. But that's what's gonna happen. You know, with that Darnell Jones, Natalie caught it. There it is. Here I is. But that's what it is. That's what I'm going to be. That's right where I want to be. 18 shots. I don't give a fuck if it's 2 niggas or if it's 12. I am a formidable adversary. And don't let me get to my rifle. That's it. So, any other questions that I may have missed? If not, I'm going to wrap this up. Be right at 2:30. I'm going to try to end this. If y'all got any other questions? I was trying to find a question that somebody had emailed me a while. Oh, wait, I could probably look right here. A while ago. And I was going to do a video about it. And I just didn't get around to doing it. Charged it to my head and not my heart. But they sent me this and it was very pertinent to what I have right here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is it my man Angry? Is it Angry? I think it is. Yes. All right. So here we go. I'm going to read this and then we're going to get out of here. If anybody got any questions, put question first with the little quotation marks or some of the little dots, and then I'll answer those too. But I'm going to get out of here with this. He says, hello, sir. First off, I would like to thank you for offering your professional insights and entertaining content on the UGOA and Relationship Rehab channel. Salute to you, bro. I enjoy them both very much and keep an eye out for new content daily. Since learning of your law enforcement background, I especially appreciate when you give your opinions of when would the use of deadly force be necessary and justifiable. Yep. The commentary you gave in your episode of the home invasion was very well done. Thank you, sir. Getting to my point, I am a beginner when it comes to gun ownership. No one in my family carries guns. So when I purchased my first one last year, the one thing I heard a lot is why. I don't carry daily, but when I leave town, I never leave home without it. Very smart, and you should carry daily. I'll address that. I've had thoughts of following your example of making my gun my skin. Yes, sir, because it seems that even when I am home, there are instances where my nigga senses go up and I would feel more comfortable if I had it, because I've always heard you say, and like I believe it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Hell yeah. This is why I do what I do. This right here is why I do what I do. This is what I'm talking about. All right. Then not have it. But because I'm not from a gun carrying pro gun family, it's not a practice that's ingrained in me. Well, we do have them, but we keep them at the bottom of the underwear drawer. Right. I watched your episode about the guy who was attacked in Maui, and I couldn't believe that guy threw his gun away. Yes, that was so fucking crazy. In my opinion, he was an example of an irresponsible gun owner. Yes, he was, and I would have introduced myself to those locals the same way you said, because the way they walked up on that guy was aggressive. You said that a pistol is the tool that helps you get to your rifle. So there is my question. What kind of ammo do you recommend for an AR? 223 or 5.56? Hope I addressed that. 223 or 5.56 or 300 blackout or 7.62 by 39, which is AK-47 or AK-74, or you can use 308. Those are the four I would recommend. Or five, because blackout, I'm just counting 223, and that's the same one. So 223, 5.56, 300 blackout, 308, and 7.62 by 39. Those are my five that I would recommend. What are your thoughts on PPCs? I think that I have thought about entering steel shooting competitions. That would be fun. Or IDPA for practice and proficiency, but IDPA require PPCs. What are your thoughts on the AR9? So the AR9s, I can address that, and 300 blackout. 300 blackout is cool. Or should I definitely choose a AR-15? Which one of those would be a well-rounded firearm? Which one of those would be a well-rounded firearm and ammo? Cool. So AR9s, which is basically this for those of you who don't know. Oh, okay. AK-74 is 5x45. Thank you, sir. I'm not really well versed in AKs or AK-74s, but thank you for that correction, Travis. The thing is this: when you look at a AR9, an AR9 is simply an AR-15 with a 9mm caliber. So it's chambered in 9mm. So an AR-9, in my opinion, when you're talking about home defense, it's okay. It's not bad. It's smaller. It has less kick. It allows you. Well, even the 223 don't have that much kick on it anyway. But it's a smaller round, but it still has human stopping power. So I wouldn't be opposed to anybody getting an AR9 if that's what you want. I would say this: shoot both and then figure out what you like. That's what I would recommend. Shoot both. Go to a gun range and rent both guns. Any gun you buy, if you don't have firsthand knowledge of it, rent it and shoot it. Rent it and shoot it. That is the best way. People always try to tell people what to get, and I don't do that. I recommend guns, but I always tell people to shoot it and shoot one. Shoot the top 3 guns that are like the gun you looking at and see which one you like best. Everybody hands are different. Everybody feel is different, and people react to certain things differently. So get the gun that you feel that's going to be comfortable, that feels the best to you, because the way you feel with your firearm is going to determine how confident you are with your firearm. So that's very, very important. So I would say to try them both. Like I said, I like my 223 because it don't have no kick. It has very high velocity. That is the trade-off that you have with a 9mm. An AR9 is that the velocity is not the same as a 223. You're trading in velocity. And that can be a bad thing in certain instances when we're talking about distance and things like that. If I'm living out on a farm, I want 223. I'm not going to go with that AR9 because I need distance. Whether I'm shooting at coyotes or whether I'm shooting at loose niggas, I want to be able to tag at distance. Yes, a 9mm will have some distance, but not like an AR-15, not like a 223 or 5.56 or 308. So that's what I would say as far as that is concerned. What else did you ask? PCC. What is a PCC? I don't know what that is. Refresh, please educate me on that. I don't know what a PPC is. I'm sure somebody in the chat does, but tell me what that means. I may know what it is, but just don't know what the acronym is. Let's see. Which one of these would be well-rounded firearm and ammo combination for close quarters combat? Right. So with either one of those, close quarter combat is going to be basically the length of your barrel. So if you get a short barrel, getting a short barrel AR9 or getting a short barrel AR-15, either one of those would work. Either one of those will work. So I would say to consider that and just say, because what the shorter barrel does, it allows you to clear and turn corners better. Pistol caliber carbine. Thank you, Angry Man. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so that's like a 9mm. They have some that are in 45s. What is that one called? Oh, it's the one that everybody like tried to get real early. It's the one that's chambered in 45. It got a weird ass name to it. Somebody tell me what that is. It's like it's almost like a Glock that's inside of the gun, but it shoots. It takes a Glock mag. I can't think of the name of that goddamn gun. It's weird as shit too, because all of the whatchamacallit and stuff is all in the handle. It's all in the back part of it. Yes, the Chris. Yes, the what is it? It's something else. It's a Chris something. Vector. Chris Vector. That's what it is. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Chris Vector. It's basically a 45, but it's in a carbine style gun. So a lot of people went crazy over those when those first came out. They wanted that Vector. But like I said, that's to me, if I'm gonna get a rifle, I'm gonna get a rifle. And I want that rifle for velocity. I want that this AR-15, you can mod it to do whatever, and you can mod a Vector too to do whatever you want it to do for the most part, but you do trade in velocity. And I'm not a fan of that when it comes to a rifle. I'm just not a fan of it. So if you want to have it in addition to, yeah, somebody who's starting out, I would say get you a handgun, get you a Glock 17 or M&P Shield or a Springfield. Get you one of them bad boys, tried and true, trusted, well-made firearm, and then I would get yourself a rifle. You want to talk about a rifle? I heard you mention the AR-15, AR-15 brands. Get yourself a Daniel Defense, excellent AR-15 brand, excellent. If you can't afford a Daniel Defense, that Springfield Saint is very good. The what's the one that everybody's crazy about that's cheap as shit? It's like $500. The Smith and Wesson AR-15. That's pretty good. It's basic as hell, which is why it's $500 or $600. It's a basic AR-15. It ain't got no fancy nothing, no barrel, no fancy barrel, no fancy trigger, none of that. But it's still a good one. It's still a good one. Then if you move up, yeah, the M&P AR-15. Then when you want to move up, you talking your Daniel Defenses, you talking your Spikes Tacticals, you talking the high end, you talking your LaRue Tacticals, and then also the Ruger AR-15 is good as well. Yes, it is. The Ruger AR-15, you're talking about a low end. I'm not doing shit else to it. I just want an AR for AR's sake. You can get that M&P, that Saint, or you can get that Ruger. Those are three good ones. Now, when you're moving into the high end, you're talking about your Daniel Defense, you're talking about your LaRue Tacticals, and you're talking about your Barrett Rec 7s. This is a very high quality, just you talking about beautiful, well-made, spare no expense, Geisley trigger, Magpul stock, Magpul hand grip, all that good shit. You talking about it, it got it. Fuck with me, you know it got it. The barrel on this bad boy is beautiful. Cold, hammer forged, nickel, whatever, all that good shit, it got it. But you're going to pay for it. You're definitely going to pay for it. The price tag on this bad boy is steep, but this will be a rifle that I will pass down to my children. And I don't have to throw a bunch of different mods in it. What people make the mistake in doing is buying a cheap rifle and putting $1,500 worth of mods on it. Why do that? Another thing too, if you're not a gunsmith and you don't fix guns for a living and you don't work on guns, then buying something that is well made, you ain't got to worry about shit failing on you. You ain't got to worry about getting a new barrel after the first 10,000 rounds that went through. You got to get a new barrel. You ain't got to do that with this boy here. This bad boy here is going to be good to go no matter what. So that's what you think. So that's what you want to think about. Make sure that if you're going to buy and you're going to spend money, you're going to do all these upgrades. You're going to upgrade the trigger. You're going to upgrade the charging handle. You're going to upgrade the barrel. You're going to do all those upgrades. It's going to equal the same amount as a $1,200 or $1,500 AR-15. So you might as well bite the bullet and buy you a Daniel Defense and have everything in it, than to go and piece together and piecemeal one and do all those upgrades and be at the same one with a no name brand and a bunch of different parts from all these different manufacturers that give the shit to the name brand people anyway. You ain't saving no money. It's the same thing. If I buy a $500 AR-15, or the Sig Sauer Tread is good too. Great AR-15. I go and buy a $500 or $600 AR-15, and I put $1,500 worth of upgrades in it. You talking about a $2,000 rifle? When I could have probably bought that same one for $1,800. You upgrade the trigger, you upgrade the sights, you add the sights, You buy a red dot, you upgrade the barrel, you upgrade the charger handle, you put a Geyser trigger on it, you change out the mag pull stock, you put on a mag pull pistol grip on it, you do all of these changes and modifications to it. You're right at the same cost anyway. You change the barrel, the handguard. You do all of that stuff to it. You go with from the standard plastic one. You go and get you a real one that got the key mod on it. You spent that money anyway. Palmetto States make good AR-15s too. Absolutely. Yep. So that's what I would say. Let's finish up with this, and then we should be good to get out of here. Which one of these would be a well-rounded firearm and auto ammo combination for close quarters combat? So 223, I would say 9mm plus P. If you want to go with the 40 cal, you can do that as well. Close quarter combat such as home defense. Yep. Make sure that your ammo is hollow point, jacketed hollow point, or flex tip. Make sure that bullet spreads. You don't want full metal jackets for home defense or for personal defense. Yeah. Also, do you recommend in the waistband or outside the waistband carry? Very good question. By the way, I'm 41-year-old man, no criminal background, license to carry. Thanks for the advice. Cool. Do I recommend inside or outside? I recommend both. Here's why. Inside the waistband is what I carry as my primary everyday carry. The combination of that inside the waistband carry, I recommend leather and Kydex. Shit, I got mine on, and I don't have my other one in here, do I? No, I don't. Leather and Kydex. Oh, I did a holster video. Go to UGOA and look at my holsters video. But it's leather and Kydex. It's leather to go up against your body, which makes it comfortable. And Kydex, the combination of the two, allows for a good speed draw and good retention. Now, for outside the waistband carry, I recommend a good outside the waistband holster, like a Black Hawk. Like this is my thigh holster. This has my 40 in it. You see the style of retention that I have here? This is all Kydex, but see how like retention is great. You can shake this all you want. Ain't going nowhere. You hit that little lever like you naturally would pull the gun, comes right out beautifully. Outside the waistband, there's a Black Hawk holster that's called the Serpa. I have those for both. I have inside and outside the waistband holsters for both. That outside the waistband Serpa holster is your best holster that you can have as far as when you're talking about, yes, they are crossbreed super tucks as well. But crossbreed make good ones. It's a few of them that make quality ones, but I like crossbreed myself. But that Serpa outside the waistband, all Kydex holster. I got one that's the carbon fiber joint or whatever. That holster is so fast and smooth that gun don't go nowhere and it's sitting on my hip. I use that when I am outside cutting my grass. If I go out on a camping trip or something, if I go to the gun range, I got my outside the waistband holster. The only thing that an outside the waistband holster, the only con to it or the drawback to it is concealability. It's not as concealable. It's going to stick out. If you like me, you got some weight on you, you're a little fat, you don't want to have that because it's going to show. It's going to be bulky. Inside the waistband, you can conceal that. The motherfucker don't even know you got it on. You wear a shirt that's over, you're good to go. If you're gonna if you're gonna have the outside the waistband holster on, it's gonna show. It's gonna show. Yeah, that Black Hawk Serpa holster is amazing. I love it. I swear by it. It's fast. It don't move. The other big thing about a holster, and please go watch that my holster video. The other big thing about that holster is having a great, not a decent, not a so-so, not an a great belt. Have a great, well-made everyday carry belt. Crossbreed makes great belts. You can get 511, they make great belts. Blue Alpha, that's the belt I just bought that I'm waiting on them to give me now. But make sure that you have it. Does your outside the waistband host Serpa have a belt clip, or does it does both? It has the paddle thing on it where you can thread that belt through it, or you can hook it on there. It does both. That's why I like them. Those holsters are great, but you got to have a strong belt for it to work. People make the huge mistake of buying expensive guns, cheap holsters, and shitty belts. You buy a $1,400 gun, a $700 gun, a $600 gun, buy yourself a $100 belt. It matters. When you got your rig on, when you got your setup on, the way that gun will stay put, the way it sits on your body, the way it don't flop around and all that bullshit, it's because of the belt. The belt and the holster. You get your, don't buy no expensive ass belt and buy a $20 holster that you saw on sale on jet.com or some shit. Don't buy one of them bullshit nylon holsters. Nylon holsters are for your ankle, for a drop holster, or for something you got on the inside for concealment or something like that. That's it. That is not for your hip to have no bullshit ass nylon holster on there because they are flimsy. They do not have good retention. You don't want to have to hit some Velcro to get your goddamn gun out for your everyday primary carry. Now, if you got a backup like my thigh holster, that is a Velcro joint and it is nylon because I want it to be comfortable and soft. But my hip, I always keep that boy ready to go. And that motherfucker is sitting on a good belt and it is sitting in a good holster. Spend that extra money. It's the cost of doing business when you're talking about everyday carry. Yeah, and you can even get good belts for like, yep, you're right, Angry Man, for $60. Yeah, $70, $80. Go to Crossbreed, go to what's the other one? Safari, they make good ones. Go to 511, go to Blue Alpha. They make really good belts. Like I said, I just bought one. When I didn't get here, I got my battle belt and my main belt that I got from them. But I got a dress up belt, like when I wear my suits. I got a dress belt that's thin, but it's thick. So it can hold my holster just fine. Got that from Crossbreed. Make sure you measure yourself up right and you got your size right and get that belt. Spend that money and get yourself a good belt. All right. Thanks for the advice. And in the words of Dr. Fraser Crane, I'm listening. That's what's up. Hey, man, I'm so glad that I thought to look in my email a different way so that I can find your email and respond to it. My apologies for being so late. I will do better. I should have done better in responding to you, but I'm glad I was able to do it now to get that out the way because, like I said, shit, your life could have been on the line waiting on my lazy ass to respond, and I didn't. So please charge it to my head, not my heart. But I'm glad I was able to do that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Even though I took a little extra minute, it was definitely worth it. Well worth it to talk about this. If anybody has any other questions, please email them to me. I will do better in responding. And somebody asked about when is my next call-in show. I can do one probably the next time I maybe go live. We can open up the phone lines. What do you want to talk about? Was that Trucker that asked? I got a question. Call of Duty or Counter-Strike? Call of Duty. I'm not a big gamer, but I got raised on Call of Duty. That's what actually got me into like online gaming was Call of Duty. So yeah, that's my game. Yeah, so you guys let me know and we can set something up. I can do that. I don't mind at all. Let me go ahead and read these young donations. I'm gonna read the PayPal first and then hit the Cash App second because it take a minute for the PayPal for me to get into it. But please, if you're watching this on the replay, please click the like, please click the subscribe, share this out. Whether you're watching on United Guns of America or you're watching on the Relationship Rehab, either way, I just wanted to get some information out that I felt on my heart that I needed to. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I'm glad I was able to do this. I feel good about myself. And I was done before 12. That was my goal. Yes, indeed. Now, let me go ahead and read these donations real quick and put a little music on while we do it. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Donations came from... Boy, I tell you, I appreciate y'all donating. I really do. Got my man William Fry donated to your boy. He hit your boy off with $5. He said, sharing the love. Appreciate that, sir. Then I also got... Let me see. Why is that on play one? That should be forever. There we go. All right. Then also, I got my man Colonel Davison. He said, on my way to work, but I'm sending you a little something in support for your show. I'll be praying for you, the family, Tommy, Princess X, Neptunes, my buddy Countless Blog, and the rest of Soto Nation in this time of chaos. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Same to you as well, good sir. Be safe out there. We praying for you, man. Love so donation, boy, I tell you. Also, I got $5 from Michelle Glass. Thank you so much for your donation. OMG, back in the game. Good to see you. And Colonel Davidson hit your boy off with $1.61. Oh, that's the little discount. It probably was $2, but they hit your boy with the tax. And then let's see who Fair Play hit your boy up with $3.50. She said it's not much, but I want to let you know that we appreciate all you do. Thank you so much. And then it is something. It ain't just not much. It is much. It's much to me. I appreciate it because you didn't have to send nothing. So every dime, dollar, $100, I appreciate it all. And let's see, my man Sheik Zulu hit your boy off. Mansa Sheik Zulu hit your boy off with $2. He said, good info. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you could use it, man. That's what's up. Let me hit that little refresh, and then we're gonna go over to the Cash App. And you can still donate if you're watching this on the replay. Hit your boy up on the Cash App, and you can drop it in. Drop it in. Let's see. My man Baker Building hit your boy off with $3. He says, for your content, you having me in tears, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Hit your boy off with $5. Let's see. My man Truth Talker Teacher, always support. He said, for your John Q episode, got me through cutting my grass today. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad I was able to help. Yes, indeed. Let's do this. Accept this $3 from my man there. Okay, that's done. My man Baker Building. Then we got Angry Man hit your boy off with 1911. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Hit your boy off with that 1911. 1911. Yeah, buddy. All right. Thank you, Angry Man. I appreciate that. Let's see who's next. Oh, April Jones. Who? April Jones. Hit your boy with $5. Thank you so much. That's Lyric Speaks in the chat. I appreciate you as well. And let's see who else. Oh, Angry Man came back again. Hit me with $2.23. That's what's up. He said instantly deposit. Yep, I will accept that. And let's see. Baker Building came back again. Hit me with another $3. Said, you be having me in tears, man. Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad y'all appreciate it. Got my phone going off. That's what's up. Let me go ahead and make sure I hit that on the refresh. And did I get Angry Man? Yeah, that was a 1911. There we go. And let's see. Yep, I think that's it. Let me just double check. Yep, that was just the responses. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Remember, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. To everybody that has supported, everybody that donated, everybody that took a listen, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Send me your questions. Like I said, we can do a call-in show. Just let me know what you want to talk about, and we will get it together. So till next time, people, thank you. I love y'all. Y'all be safe out there. And man, I hope that this civil unrest preparedness list at least gives you somewhere to start and aspire to begin your getting prepared for whatever. That's what I would hope that you would get from this. So to everybody that came in and checked me out for the first time, click the subscribe button and share it with somebody. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great night. Peace. And I'm out.